fourth-generation concrete man with the knowledge and experience to take care of your next concrete project. Driveways, patios, and sidewalks. Call Jeremy Dingaman Concrete at 780-7100. Garages and basement floors, new construction or concrete removal and replacement, residential, commercial, or agricultural, you need to call Jeremy Dingaman Concrete at 780-7100 or visit JeremyDingamanConcrete.com.
Head on over to Pregame Pizza and Oscar.
Fridays. The start of the weekend. A time to reflect on the week that was. Come nightfall, the lights come on, the stands fill up, ankles are taped, shoes are laced, flags are waving. That can only mean one thing. It's game time.
Play action fake. Meyer going for it all in the end zone. Pollock is wide open, and he makes a one-handed catch. Pollock right side.
Oh, it's Meyer.
No, it's Meyer. And he's off to the races at the 40, all the way to the 30, the 20, the 10, the misdirection. Oh, those tricky Dutch. Who can't stop me tonight? You make me feel invincible. 52-yard field goal try. It has plenty of leg. That ball is good. Invincible.
Inflation is sitting at about 9%, but KNIA KRLS can help save you 30, 40, even 50% off over $200,000 worth of merchandise during the home shopping extravaganza. It's coming September 27th through the 29th, and we'll have all of your favorites from restaurants to hotels to automotive repair to plays and concerts. Your wallet might be a little lighter, so put some money back in your pocket with the KNIA KRLS home shopping extravaganza coming September 27th through the 29th on KNIA KRLS.
As Pella Community Schools is preparing everyone to learn, lead, and achieve, Lincoln Elementary School counselor Ashley Van Dyke says that they're using morning meeting time to help build relationships.
The bell rings at 8:15 and they go up. That first till 8:45 is all about building our classroom, building relationships with each other. The kids sit in a circle so they can all see each other and they share things that are really important to them or how things are going.
Preparing everyone to learn, lead, and achieve. Pella Community Schools. Pella!
Since 1965, the Optometric Associates of Warren County have strived to provide the best inpatient care throughout Warren County and beyond. Doctors Windjam, Anderson, O'Meara, and Young invite you to learn more about their optometry services and to join the Optometric Associates of Warren County patient family by scheduling an eye exam appointment at one of their 3 locations most convenient for you in Indianola, Carlisle, or Norwalk. You can also visit their website at www.optometricassoc.com for more information.
Take advantage of rising interest rates with the People's Bank End of Summer CD Special. Earn 2.00% APY for 11 months. That means that this time next year, you'll have a little extra cash for your end of summer festivities. Are you ready to save? Visit any People's Bank location, including Knoxville and Pleasantville, to take advantage of the special rate of 2.00% APY.
APY is annual percentage yield rate effective as of August 4, 2022. Minimum $1,000 deposit to open account and $1,000 minimum balance required to obtain APY. Penalties for early withdrawal fees may reduce earnings. Member FDIC.
Well, what does it say?
My crystal ball tells me fortune favors the brand.
Fortune favors the brand?
That's right. Fortune favors the brand.
We have been thinking about refreshing our company's branding and identity, but I have no idea where to even start.
My crystal ball is showing me a name, but that'll be another $35.
Don't leave your brand up to chance. Call Brand Appeal for all your branding, print, web, interactive, and video needs.
Brand Appeal. Jump on the brand wagon.
What's in Champion Seed? All the best traits you can find in corn, soybeans, and most importantly, people. It's in the way we champion agronomy, matching seed traits to soil, right down to the county level. We select the best genetics from the top breeding programs, matching unique traits with your needs to maximize yield and protect against pests and disease.
I'm Jay Boat, your local Champion Seed dealer. Give me a call at 641-629-0120.
Welcome to this exclusive presentation of live area football coverage on KNIA KRLS and streaming live at KNIAKRLS.com and the free KNIA KRLS app.
Meyer hands it off to Pollock. He's hit at the 5, breaks the tackle, fights towards the goal line, and in! Touchdown, Pella!
So it's picked off at the 34-yard line. Two receivers in the area, and he split them, and it's picked off by Norwalk, who has all the momentum in this game right now.
And here is the pitch out. That goes to Hayden Jones, trying to find running room. Goes to the quarter, to the 5, pops a hole. Touchdown, Knoxville! The Panthers get on the board early on.
Kekmarinsky, he's got to the base. He's going 5, diving. He's in. We're going to get a spot. Touchdown, Kekmarinsky.
We'll get you ready for all of tonight's action with the radio pregame show, bring you score updates from around the area, and bring you all the exciting action of South Central Iowa high school football. Now let's head to the field and inside the radio broadcast booth.
High school football is on the air as we welcome you live to Pella Community High School. It is Heroes Night. It's the final non-district matchup of the 2022 season as your Pella High Dutch take on the 6th-ranked Blue Jays of Bondurant-Farrar. And we welcome you to the Smash Park Radio pregame show. Find your happy place and play, drink, and eat at the new Smash Park on the west side of Pella. I'm Trevor Castle, joined tonight by Randy Sikkema on a bit of a cloudy night, but humid and hot night here at Pella Community High School. Again, Heroes Night, final non-district action. And Randy, the Dutch off to their first and only 0-3 start in the Jay McKinstry era, which dates back a quarter of a century. Hasn't been a great start to the season. Part of that is because the Dutch maybe haven't played up to their potential. The other part is it's been a brutally difficult non-district schedule, and unfortunately it does not get any easier tonight.
Yeah, the first thing that popped into my head when you said the final non-district game, it's like, I thought, good, because otherwise we'd probably be playing Iowa State or Nebraska or Iowa or somebody next week, because we've been playing nothing but the best in 4A for 4 straight weeks. Well, I guess North Polk's 3A, aren't they? But still, highly ranked teams all 4 weeks. So,
well, in the current rankings, Norwalk 9 in 4A. We saw them in the opener, and Landon Hookstein had his way. North Polk, who is 6th in 3A, very improved. You know, they're a program that's on the rise. Indianola 7th in 4A. They're the last team to beat the defending state champions in Lewis Central. They beat them in this week last year. They get another crack at them. And now you've got Bondurant-Farrar, who's ranked 6th in 4A. So all 4 non-district opponents are ranked, and the Dutch, unfortunately, 0-3, and they're going to need to find a way. The big story tonight, we'll get to it later in our McCall Monumental Radio Keys to the Game, but we wouldn't be doing our jobs if we didn't talk about Titus Cram right out of the open. He is the story when Bondurant-Farrar comes to town. He will be the focal point of the Pella defense, and if they have any shot at winning this game, they've got to find a way to at least slow him down.
Yeah, I remember when he was a freshman, we've been at Bondurant 2 years in a row. They finally came here, but I remember when we played him and he was a freshman, he impressed me, a lot of us. We won that game, but he had a lot of good plays. He made some freshman mistakes, had a couple of fumbles, I think, might have even gotten shaken up a little bit. But last year, as his sophomore year, he just completely won the game by himself. I mean, we could not stop him. And so I'm thankful we don't have to go to Bondurant again. I know I'm drawing a blank on the young man that tore up his knee in the same.
Yeah, Reese Thorson's glad that we're not going to Bondurant-Farrar again either.
Even though he's not playing, he'd probably still blow out his knee just standing in the parking lot. But anyway, I hope he appreciates the humor on that, because that was not a fun deal 2 years in a row, same field, same injury. But yeah, I'm glad they're here. He's tremendous. He's going to have a college career somewhere. I think Iowa, but I couldn't say that for certain. But he's great. He's really great.
Well, and then we look on the other side of the ball. Kenson Fuller had a bit of a coming-out party last week in the loss to Indianola, well over 200 yards. He had 3 long touchdown runs in the first half. You know, Indianola adjusted and slowed that down a bit in the second half. And really, the other piece tonight that we've got to watch is, A, can Kenson kind of keep that going? And B, if Bondurant does make an effort to take that away, and we know that Zach Vance, the head coach, former defensive coordinator at Central, you know, he is a defensive-minded guy. He's going to find probably some different things to throw at Coach McKinstry. Can Bo Bush in this passing offense step up and muster any kind of attack? Because against Indianola last week, they could not. And tonight, I think we're going to need to.
Yeah, there was at least more rhythm and fluidity. Now, granted, there was 2 really long runs in there, but we did better on offense. We held the ball longer than we had the first 2 games. The defense actually had stops without points, and we got halfway decent field position. So we made definite strides of improvement last week at Indianola. I'm hoping to see that and then some again tonight. We're going to need it because Bondurant's really, really good. But yeah, we do need a passing game. We can't just bank on Kenson Fuller scoring 4 touchdowns every game. So, I mean, he's capable, but we can't just bank on that.
All right, a lot to get to here in our Smash Park Radio pregame show. Pella and Bondurant-Farrar kickoff coming up at 7:30. The opening kick, as always, presented by Dutch Mill Supply. Quick note, in the freshman game, Pella has a 20-0 lead. We're under 2 minutes to go, so it looks like the Dutch are well on their way to a victory and hopefully a shutout victory here in the freshman game. All right, in the Smash Park Radio pregame show, coming up next, Andrew Schneider had a chance to talk with the drum majors from the Marching Dutch, and we'll have that interview. They'll talk about that in the interview, but one thing we do want to highlight is that tomorrow night there's a special community performance here at Pella High School. Andrew will have the details. I believe it's at 8 o'clock. I think it's a later one. They want to get under the lights. It is their first community show of what they will be doing. This is as I understand it. So please, you know, I'm not quite as up to it as Andrew would be. I believe it's their first, you know, the unveiling of what they plan to do at the Rose Bowl parade on January 1st. So that's what we're going to talk about right out of the gate. And then a little bit later here in our Smash Park Radio pregame show, if you missed it during our Jeremy Dingham and Concrete Football Friday Night Radio preview show, Derek Cardwell has had this week's Football Friday Night feature on the schools of yesteryear. Kind of takes a historical look at some of the old schools from Melcher and Milo and, you know, all the little towns around back in the 40s and 50s and 60s, you know, that have eventually created the schools that we have today. So that was a fun piece. I got a chance to listen to that last night once Derek got it put together. If you missed it, we'll have that as part of our Smash Park Radio pregame show. And, of course, we'll have Jay McKinstry, head coach of the Dutch, his interview powered by Hy-Vee. As we get across the 7 o'clock hour, our McCall Monumental Radio Keys to the Game. The starting lineups will be presented by Menninga Pest Control. We'll get you a warm game time temperature presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating. And our colors of the game presented by Gilchrist Jewett Lumber. Again, the opening kick presented by Dutch Mill Supply coming up at 7:30. 30. And Randy, as we do head to break here, the storyline is the 0-3 Dutch, right? And it's tough to say that. I mean, you and I have been around this program for so long, and we've seen state championships and so many district championships and playoff appearances, and last year's 4-5 losing season was a tough enough pill to swallow. We're staring 0-4 in the face here. In fact, that's the likely outcome, as much as we hate to say it, and we will be cheering on the Dutch, and they certainly can win this game, but the likely outcome is that they're 0-4 heading into district play. Now, the good news is you get to wipe that away somewhat, because if you can finish top 2 in the district, you're going to the playoffs. Unfortunately, the way the system is set up, even though RPI does, take into account strength of schedule and your opponent's record and all those kind of things, if you're 0-4, that just about kills, your own record side of things. So then the key is, can Coach McKinstry and his staff keep these guys excited and motivated after an 0-4 start? If we get there, again, we're 0-3 right now. That's not happened before. Let's hope maybe 1-3 when the night's over.
And uninjured would be another key factor there. If we can get through this game, even if we lose, if we can not have any more serious injuries and play the district with a healthy team. I know we've already lost one player for the season, but if the other guys I think are coming back next week that were hurt against Norwalk. So if the last 2 weeks we've had no injuries, if we can go through this one, win or lose, without an injury, that would be fantastic. And then we're just going to have to see how it goes with Newton. I mean, Newton's had a lot of wins, and they're a decent, good team. They're coming here. It's homecoming. It's all that kind of stuff. But if we win that, we got a chance. We got a chance to get second in our district. I don't think we have any hopes of going to Cedar Rapids and knocking off Xavier. I mean, it can happen, but it's not very likely.
Well, and you mentioned the health, and that's one of the tough things about the schedule that we're playing. If it were kind of like the old days where you'd get maybe 2, kind of other equally, upper level teams and maybe 2 bottom level teams, it just doesn't take as much of a toll on the guys as running through Norwalk and North Polk and Indianola and Bondurant-Farrar and Xavier in 2 weeks. I mean, these dudes are getting beat up because they're in physical, tough 48-minute football games, right? There's a lot of challenges to it. Nobody's sitting at home crying over what Pella's going through. Let's get that out of the way. But there's definitely some challenges to what the Dutch are facing, and I hope that you're right, that we can make it 3 in a row without any injuries and start getting our full team back together.
And honestly, Indianola's got probably just the toughest schedule pre-district as we do. Xavier's at North Scott tonight, for crying out loud. I mean, Xavier's not playing, the School of the Blind either. They've had 4 tough games. Harlan's playing Lewis Central. I mean, all the good ones are playing all the good ones. So, we're not the lone soldier, although percentage-wise, I think last year we had the second toughest schedule when the season was over, other than like Heelan, I think, had just a percentage points tougher than us. But the RPI, we don't have near enough time unless we have a thunder delay, then we can talk about the RPI. But, I mean, it takes into that mathematically, but the injuries, the health doesn't factor into that. And anyway, just don't get me started on the RPI. They're doing a better job, but it's still not quite right.
And as we go to break, I'm going to tease this because the accountant and you will be very interested.
Sweet.
Our next 2 weeks of our Football Friday Night feature, Spencer Dirks talked with Brent Moore, who is the creator of BC Moore. That's who we use our rankings. And he broke down with him the entire, how does the system work? What numbers are important? All the minutia that goes into putting data in and having it spit information out, right? I know I'm interested in hearing that. You're seeing that at all kinds of different levels, power rankings and computer rankings, and it'll be fun to hear, at least from the Iowa level, what goes into putting that all together.
Yeah, that'd be very interesting.
All right, so this week's Football Friday Night feature, Derek Cardwell with the Marion County Schools of yesteryear coming up a little bit later, but up next, Andrew Schneider with the Marching Dutch previewing tomorrow night's performance here at Pella High School. It's Pella and Bondurant-Farrar. We're getting you set for our Smash Park radio pregame show here on KRLS.
McCall Monument is the most trusted monument company in Iowa. This is Reed. We have been here helping families get their perfect memorial for over 150 years.
This is Wyatt. We are the monument experts. We don't plan funerals and we don't sell caskets. We are craftsmen with a full-service shop and artists on staff.
I'm Lee. We have a standard here at McCall Monument. In all our years in business, we have never called on a grieving family, and we never will. In your family's time of need, our family is here for you.
This month at Pella Motors is Chevy truck season, which means $1,000 towards accessories on any new Chevrolet Silverado or Colorado. Receive up to $5,000 off a brand new Ram 1500, $2,500 off Jeep Grand Cherokee Summit, or take advantage of 0% for 72 months on select models. Right now at Pella Motors, it's the time to trade because we are dealing. Stop in or see us online at PellaMotors.com.
Fall offers us beautiful colors to brighten up our days, and De Blumenhof has everything you'll need to bring your home and garden landscaping to life. With a great variety of trees and shrubs to choose from, you can pick the perfect fall colors to make your yard burst with beauty for years to come. And fall is the perfect time to plant. We also have outdoor garden decor items, indoor and outdoor plants, memorial items to remember that special loved one, and Melissa and Doug merchandise for curious little minds. Be sure to follow De Blumenhof on Facebook. De Blumenhof, get your colors worth.
Great deals are waiting for you down every aisle of the Pella Fairway. All natural whole pork butt, 7 to 9 pound average, $1.99 a pound. Village Hearth white cottage bread, 2 for $6. Old Orchard Kids and 100% juice, buy 2 get 1 free. Michigan Rave apples, only $1.88 a pound. And Fairway 30 count coffee pods, buy 1 get 1 free. Fresh, affordable, Fairway. Accidents come in all shapes and sizes, like those little door dings from that person who wedges their vehicle into a tight parking space, the stray foul ball that happens to find your vehicle, the road rash your bumper gets from a high curb, or an unexpected encounter with a deer out on his evening stroll. No matter how big or small those scratches or dents are, trust Langstrad Auto Body to get it fixed. They put their experience and state-of-the-art technology to work for you to fix it right the first time. Langstrad Auto Body, where you don't have to look for a quality repair.
At Speed Queen, laundry is all they do, and they do it better than anyone. That's why businesses all around the world depend on them to get their laundry done every day. At Bruxford's Home Center, we carry Speed Queen's Home Line, which is built tougher and lasts longer than any other laundry on the market. And right now, we're offering a $300 rebate on a washer-dryer pair that includes a 7-year parts and labor warranty. Stop in and pick out your new Speed Queen laundry set at Bruxford's Home Center.
And welcome back to the Smash Park Radio pregame show on 92.1 KRLS and Pella Dutch Live. I'm Andrew Schneider. Tonight, the Marching Dutch have their second performance of the year, and tomorrow they have their big reveal. Joining us now are drum major Stephen Gall, Elizabeth Pumphrey, and Tess Hopkins as they preview the upcoming competition season.
Andrew Schneider on KRLS Radio, back with the drum majors. We had a chance to talk during the first week of band camp, and now here we are on the cusp of your first full performances of the season and the competition. Stephen, I'll start with you. What does it mean to be at this point with the show, getting so close to being at 100%, and what does it mean to finally see this very unique show come together?
Yeah, so we're just getting our whole show on the field and seeing it all come together and seeing all the last month and over a month of hard work of everyone in our band. It's great to see it actually play out on the field, and it's been better than we expected, and we can't wait to perform it live, the whole show, to everyone.
Well, and Tess, for our listeners who aren't familiar, what is the theme of this year's show, and why is it so important to this band?
Yeah, so the theme of our show this year is called Kiss from a Rose, and it has significance because we, if you don't know, got accepted into the Rose Parade in Pasadena, California later this year. So we wanted to tie that into our show theme a little bit. So you'll see that more fully as the show is completed now if you come and watch it on Saturday, or next Saturday. So yeah, it's just a story kind of incorporating the Rose with our new uniforms and some backdrops. But yeah, it's a really cool story.
Well, Elizabeth, that's one of the elements that caught the eyes of many in the public and on social media was the Marching Dutch aren't in their typical colors. And as a longtime drum major, you've seen those same colors for a couple years. What was it like to finally see that red element come together and to maybe mix something up visually that you haven't I don't think the marching guys have seen in a long time.
Yeah, it's honestly really exciting to get something new. We'll still be wearing our jackets, our green and white and black jackets when we march in the parade in Pasadena, but for our field show we do have our new red rose shirts, and they are really cool because they tie into our theme quite a bit, and it really kind of pulls it all together.
Well, and Stephen, there's a series of shows coming up and a lot of chances for the public to see the full show. We'll mention the Football Friday game coming up with Bondurant. That'll be the first time you're probably really close to 100% on the field. And then the very next day on the 16th, it'll be the big reveal. It's a show that kind of came out of COVID because of some cancellations a couple years ago. What has that meant to have just one night for the entire community to come see the band and have it really be a back and forth and no competition, no football, just about the band?
Yeah, so the 17th of September is our community impact performance, and that's when we get to show off to our community all the work we've put in, our full show, 100% out on the field. And it also lets us kind of show them how thankful we are because we get a ton of support from our community, and it just lets us perform, and it's not a competition, it's not a charge, anyone can come to it and watch, and it's a great way to relate with our community, and then they can come see the band on the field afterwards.
And then, Tess, coming up the weekend after that, it's your home invitational, and there will be 16 other bands, some of which are the best in Central Iowa, that'll be here, and you get to perform an exhibition at the end. What does that day work like, and what does it look like knowing that at the end you get to showcase your band, but throughout the day you get to see so many different bands for the first time in over a year?
Yeah, so MDI is a big day for us. We have a clinic in the morning, so we have a rehearsal just to make sure we're all set and ready for our performance later that night. But overall, I think it's just really great to see all the different bands, see how far they have made it in their season because our competition is fairly early. So it's nice to see just kind of all the bands for the first time and just see what we're up against this year kind of, and it's also just great to be able to perform for a crowd that is not our own at our home stadium.
And then, Elizabeth, from there, it becomes competition season, and you have 3 big weekends. You get 3 of the most prestigious festivals in Iowa right after that. How ready are you to be on the competitive side? I know that all of you love performing music in that element, but how ready are you to really see how you stack up against some of the best bands in Central Iowa?
I'm very ready. I was born ready. I'm so excited. I know we all are. We're really excited to show off all the hard work that we've been putting on, and we have a lot of the other bands in our class are also our friends, and so it's really nice to get together. It's a really great community even when we're competing against each other, and it's like fun competition because you get to go up against the best bands in the state, and it's really fun.
Well, and Stephen, I think I've asked drum majors about this in years past. For people who don't know, what does it take to have a very good competitive marching band? And what are the things you really have to hone in on to have success, especially at Urbandale and Valley Fest and Ankeny, where you're going to compete, obviously, in the 3A class, but at the end, they also tally your scores against some of those big bands. What does it take to have a good competitive band in your mind?
Yeah, so getting a good competitive band that started back August 1, the first day of band camp, where we started putting in the work every day. And that we built that up, and so we're judged on the field. We're judged on a lot of things such as marching, music, marching with music, all that stuff, and it's different categories. And you're going to see this year a lot in the show that we've added, try to increase our score, is a lot of alternative movement visuals. So we're not just marching all the time. They're doing some dance moves, some poses, and it just kind of adds a little spice to our show that kind of sets us apart is what the goal is with it.
And Tess, kind of a similar question for you, especially as the newest of the drum majors. What are you looking forward to about that competition aspect now that you're not on the field dancing or marching or whatever it may be? And what do you hope to kind of see from your tower and try to lead the band? And how do you hope to be the best drum major you can be?
Our job as drum majors is to help the band feel confident in what they're doing. And so I just hope that when we cut off at the end, that we all feel good about the performance that we did and that we feel like we did something together and really put on our best show, all of us working together to make it the best.
Elizabeth, I've often described this part of fall as like the 4 fastest weeks of the year until you get to tulip time, and there's so much going on in town, and I know the marching band season goes by pretty quickly. What are your goals or what are your hopes, whether it be competitive or whether it's just to enjoy the moment of these next 4 to 5 weeks, knowing that it does go by so quickly?
I think one of my biggest goals would, like Tess said, would be that everybody feels really great about their performance, that we work together as a team and we all feel great about where we end up. No matter where we place, it's always just really important for us to be together as a band and as a community and to just know that we're all here for each other. And yeah, we love each other.
Well, and for each of you then, very quickly, I know we'll circle back to the first couple of questions about the big thing that's coming up in January, and I know you're focused on the competitions now, but what does it mean to know that after that mid-October weekend when state and mid-I was over, that the season isn't over, and what are you looking forward to now that it's really getting real, the December and January trip to Pasadena?
Yeah, the fact that we'll wrap that up but still have a big performance, one of our biggest performances of a lifetime down there is really exciting, and I'm really excited to get to show off our little small-town Iowa community to the world in Pasadena and show off what the Marching Dutch can do and just where we come from.
Yeah, I'm just really excited for everybody to have this experience together. Like Elizabeth said, we just all like a band family, we call it. But it's just going to be such a fun opportunity for all of us to just, show off where we come from and how hard we work.
Yeah, like Steven said, it really is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I just feel really blessed and really lucky that we were given this opportunity and that we have the chance to show off to the whole world what we're capable of.
The drum majors of the Marching Dutch ahead of the competition season joining us here. I look forward to seeing you through my lens coming up on Saturday at the big reveal and at Marching Dutch Invitational, and look forward to hearing the music in person during some of the football games and so on. Appreciate your time and all the best.
Yeah,
thanks so much.
Once again, those were drum majors of the Marching Dutch, Stephen Gall, Elizabeth Pumphrey, and Tess Hopkins. The big reveal show starts at 8 p.m. tomorrow with gates opening at 7:30 right back here at the Pella High School Stadium. We'll have more of the Smash Park Pella Radio pregame show coming up after this on KRLS and Pella Dutch Live.
At Hy-Vee, we're home of the best beef in America. Our quality beef comes exclusively from core-fed cows on family farms in the Midwest, and only about 6 out of 100 cattle meet our strict specifications. We want you to enjoy the best beef in America. So every Monday in September is Mega Meat Monday, where we'll give you 20 cents on your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver card for every $20 you spend on meat, deli, cheese, and seafood. Take advantage of Mega Meat Mondays every Monday in September at Hy-Vee, home of the best beef in America.
But an offensive rebound tipped out. Allen, can he make it 3 in a row? And the answer is yes. Noah Allen hits 3 3-pointers in a row. And there we go. Our first of what we hope are many.
Randall Roofing is proud to sponsor the Raise the Roof moment of the game and support our local teams. When it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. Find us on Facebook or visit randallroofs.com. Thinking new roof? Think Randall Roofing.
Let there be light, or not, or maybe just a little light. It's your choice with Mike Blom with Cabinet Design and Wood Harbor Cabinetry. Here's Vicki Collette of Oskaloosa, another satisfied cabinet design customer.
Mike put these can lights in that room too, and they're all on dimmers, and so we can have as much light or as little light as we want, which has really been handy. We like that.
Hi, I'm Mike Blom, the Cabinet Guy. Cabinet Design of Pella, where we expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations.
Since launching our Prez Listing Advantage in 2018, area home sellers have saved over $750,000 by working with Pella Real Estate Services compared to a 6% commission. I'm Sierra Bukite, and that savings is one way we're investing in lives through real estate. The average seller saves about $5,000 for their nest egg or to put towards their next purchase. If it's time to sell, let us help you, a friend, a colleague, or whomever save money by calling 628-1BUI for Pella Real Estate Services.
Start a tradition today with Gardner Collier Jewelry. Birthdays, weddings, and anniversaries. Life is filled with breathtaking moments, and when those moments come, we want to make them remembered forever with fine jewelry from Gardner Collier, where the area's largest selection of fine jewelry is now on sale. Choose Gardner Collier Jewelry, Quincy Place at Tumwa and Penn Central Mall, Oskaloosa, where the area's largest selection of fine jewelry is now on sale.
Pella Printing recognizes each job is a unique and important part of your organization's brand image. By being flexible and reacting quickly, they've earned a first-class reputation in the printing industry and offer a broad assortment of quality printed products with speed and precision. From business cards to postcards, window clings to magnetic media, and banners, posters, window graphics, and yard signs, Pella Printing provides a unique and professional look to any project. Pella Printing, where technology and craftsmanship meet.
Welcome back to the Smash Park Radio pregame show on 92.1 KRLS. We're getting you set for Pella and Bondurant-Farrar. The opening kick presented by Dutch Mill Supply just over a half hour away. You are listening to Pella High Football, powered by Bank Iowa on 92.1 FM KRLS Knoxville Pella and KRLS HD1 Knoxville Pella.
Let's make it happen.
All right, inside of our Smash Park Radio pregame show, we have an airing of tonight's Football Friday Night feature. If you missed it earlier tonight during the Jeremy Dingham and Concrete Football Friday Night Radio preview show, or even if you heard it, you can enjoy it again. Derek Cardwell with a look at the schools of yesteryear.
We all know the high schools around Marion County: Knoxville, Pella, Pella Christian, Pleasantville, and Twin Cedars and Melcher Dallas. And of course in Warren County, Indianola, Norwalk, Carlisle, Southeast Warren, and Martinsdale, St. Mary's. And let's not forget PCM and Jasper County. Tonight, for our Football Friday Night feature, we look at the lineage of our local schools and the rivalries of days gone by. Let's begin with Melcher Dallas in southern Marion County. Not only did the two towns used to be separate, but the schools, the Melcher Warriors and the Dallas Rams, were bitter rivals. Actually, they flat hated each other. Melcher Dallas graduate Dennis Nelson, class of 1964, who grew up on the Dallas side, tells us the relationship between the schools and towns was contentious at best.
It was like the Berlin Wall down Border Street. There just wasn't much exchange. Everybody had their own schools and fire departments, churches, and everything else, and just didn't go much. They used to play each other in basketball and baseball, but they discontinued that early 50s probably. They had so many fights and trouble, they just stopped playing each other.
However, when Melcher and Dallas came together to form what is now Melcher Dallas High School due to a new law in Iowa, Nelson said the hate went away.
Well, they passed a state law about that time, about 1958, and that's when all the small consolidated schools had to merge, to form schools like Southeast Warren, Melcher Dallas, Twin Cedars, all those that had multiple towns. It was just passed, and they voted on where they wanted to go, whether to go to split up and go to Knoxville, Pleasantville, Southeast Warren, or go together. They voted to go together, and once they, we walked into school, there was nothing mentioned of it ever again. It was perfectly fine.
Nelson adds the Saints mascot came from the cheerleaders when they announced it at a school assembly. So, go fight, win, Saints. While Melcher Dallas has two schools in its lineage, Twin Cedars also has had an interesting past. Twin Cedars is made up of the Attica Spartans, Tracy Bobcats, and the Bussy Yellow Jackets. Twin Cedars building associate and athletics secretary Bradley Hammond says the Sabre School colors were the result of the marching band and director at the time, Larry Kahn.
Our first band director, him and the superintendent had gotten or found a school that was getting new uniforms, and they were blue and gold. So they found them for cheap, so new school wanted to save some money, and they kind of rallied the kids behind those colors, so that way they had a built-in uniform supply already.
And how did it become Twin Cedars? Well, Hammond says it's definitely not because of the two trees outside the current high school.
Just under a mile away from the school, we have Cedar Creek, and right here by the highway, it's just the Cedar Creek. But you go down a ways, it does split into Cedar Creek and North Creek. So we have Twin Cedars that way.
Hammond adds the Sabres nickname was chosen by the students in 1961, the first year of what is now Twin Cedars. Hammond is not sure about the sports rivalries. He says Attica, Tracy, and Bussy did all play each other at some point. Another school in Marion County with a history is Pleasantville. While Pleasantville itself has a long history, two schools were absorbed into the Pleasantville district, Beach and Swan. Judy Watkins, who is a 1959 Pleasantville graduate, says while Swan had athletics as a high school, when the high school portion was absorbed by Pleasantville, everyone from Swan became a Pleasantville Trojan.
Everybody from Swan participated in the athletics for Pleasantville. A lot of the athletic success included a lot of Swan players. Our classes were small. My class of I graduated in 1959. There were 8 of us that went from Swan to Pleasantville. It was accepted all the time I was going to school that when you went to high school, you were going to Pleasantville.
While many of our schools have an interesting origin from their ancestral beginnings, one local school has quite possibly the most interesting, albeit semi-tragic reason for consolidation. The Prairie City Plainsmen and the Monroe Wildcats were always arch rivals, being 7 miles apart, and former PCM athletic director Brian Hazelton remembers some of the battles his Monroe football teams had with Prairie City.
It was fun. It was, they had I think a Hall of Fame, I think he's in Hall of Fame coach, Greg McCullough at the time, and he always had a good product to put on the field. We beat him a couple of times. He beat us a couple of times, and I think that's the extent of our length of playing before the consolidation.
However, on January 27, 1986, things changed forever as Monroe School caught fire. Hazelton remembers the aftermath and how the entire town came together, and even Prairie City, their rivals, offering to help.
K through 8, all was in our elementary building, and that was extremely packed. And to finish that year, that's where I was. And the 9 through 12 went into the classrooms that were available, went into some hallways, went into the auditorium for classrooms. I even think there may have been a church or two involved in some classrooms during the day. So it was a packed situation. It wasn't good for anybody, but it was an awfully good gesture on Prairie City's part to allow us to continue to have some sort of a fine education for our students.
4 years later, Prairie City and Monroe schools came together to form as what we know as PCM. Hazelton says at first neither town wanted to form one school, but eventually everyone warmed up to the idea.
All the way through this thing, there was a hard set from both towns that they just didn't want to get together. Eventually that went into the low minorities.
Hazelton adds a committee came up with the school colors, cardinal and gold, and the mascot, which is the Mustangs. The schools in Marion County we have not yet addressed are Pella, Pella Christian, and Knoxville. While Pella and PC likely absorbed parts of Otley and Lighton, I have not been able to come up with a record of Lighton or Otley schools existing. Knoxville, meanwhile, absorbed the Harvey Miners, who ironically were colored black and gold. Moving on to our Warren County schools, Sandyville was absorbed by Indianola, Hartford went with Carlisle in 1962, Martinsdale and St. Mary's came together in 1960, while Norwalk took on Spring Hill and Cumming, and Southeast Warren has 3 ancestors in the Lacona Golden Eagles, Milo Mustangs, and the Liberty Center Wildcats. So as we cheer tonight for our favorite school, just remember, many schools that no longer exist paved the way. For Football Friday Night and this look at schools of yesteryear, I'm Derek Cardwell.
And thank you very much, Derek Cardwell. I am Trevor Castle. This is our Smash Park Radio pregame show. We're live on 92.1 KRLS. And let's welcome back in Randy Sikkema. Randy, I have a hunch that in 30 years or so, whoever is manning the ship here at KNIA KRLS will be looking back at the schools of yesteryear. And I'm not sure that the Twin Cedars and Melcher Dallases and Martinsdale St. Mary's of the world are going to be around, right? I mean, you just get the feeling that at some point budgets and, just the nature of the way things are headed to put that kind of resources into schools that are that, it's just the next evolution, right? It's the reason there's not 2 Melcher and Dallases anymore. Eventually, there won't be any Melcher and Dallases anymore.
That was very interesting what Derek did. I clearly remember the Monroe and Prairie City resistance to consolidation. I mean, it was... You could hear them shouting, just standing on the square in Pella. You could hear them shouting over in Monroe, but and they did the right thing, and they're all getting along just fine now. But I remember, it wasn't so much high schools, but like when I was a kid in Illinois, the local country grade schools were separate.
Sure.
And so we voted to become a unit district, so all of those country schools, all those kids then went to town, even for elementary school, and that was such a change. But it's just the progression, like you say, and now my hometown looking for other hometowns to come up together because when I was there was 160 kids in my class. Now there's not 160 kids in the high school. So
yeah, if I was a betting man, and I occasionally am, I bet whatever 20, 30, 50 years from now there will be a Central Marion High School, and that'll be Knoxville, and they'll lump in, and there will be like a Northeast Marion, and that'll be Pella and Twin Cedars or whatever. I mean, it's just it's going to happen someday, and so I love history, and so it's fun to hear what it was like back before either you and I were around, right? And it's fun to live through this, and someday, today, will be the future's history,
Well,
right?
you mentioned the Central Marion thing, and we're not going to go into it in any detail here, but my trip across the state of Iowa to play all 99 counties, I've seen just about every town and just about every high school building that I've seen on the score reports. It's like West Lyon now means something to me. I've been there.
It's the west side of Lyon County.
It's the west side of Lyon County.
Right.
Exactly. It was just a name before, that we read on the score sheet. Now it's like, oh, yeah, I know where that school is. But you're right. I mean, there's not a lot. There's lots of areas in the state of Iowa where there's not a lot of population. So they're just they can't afford to have their own school eventually.
All right, great job out of Derek Cardwell on this week's Football Friday Night feature. If you ever miss any of our Football Friday Night coverage, you can find it at KNIAKRLS.com. Look under Today's Sports and the Football Friday Night tab. Let's take a time out here in our Smash Park Radio pregame show. When we come back, it's our weekly chat with Dutch head coach Jay McKinstry, powered by Hy-Vee on KRLS.
At Smash Park in Pella, we have a variety of spaces of all sizes to host your next big event. Are you planning a birthday party, family reunion, bachelor party, or rehearsal dinner? Did you get put in charge of your company's next business outing or holiday party? Let us host you in one of our indoor or outdoor spaces, all of which have big screen TVs, games, and places to enjoy food and drinks with your family, friends, and coworkers. Stop by and ask for me, Andrew Berry. I'd love to help you plan your next event at Smash Park in Pella.
We know you have choices when it comes to wireless plans for your home or business. At Strawber Cellular, we strive to be that local expert to provide all the service and expertise you need to make U.S. Cellular your choice for wireless service. Our knowledgeable staff can provide you with everything from smartphones and tablets to home internet and security options. Choose Strawber Cellular, your locally owned authorized agent for U.S. Cellular in downtown Pella.
The lights in the car, white and red, white and red, white and red. The lights in the car, white and red at Central Tire and Auto.
If the lights on your car aren't white and red, don't wait until Mr. Officer makes you fix them. Stop into Central Tire and Auto. For tires, front-end work, their no-appointment oil change, full mechanical work on your vehicle, and the little things like new lights. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Sing along.
Are you ready to save big? Yeah, you. The carpool driving, crossfitting, building, and making warriors. Vision for Less owns selection, price, and speed. Glasses you need. Quality you deserve. Every day, all day, today. Need single vision? Get 2 pairs for just $38.71. Progressives 2 for $76.92. That's right. You want it, we've got it. Selection, price, speed. Nobody beats us, guaranteed. Vision for Less. Right glasses, right price, right now.
If you're looking for the best burger around, look no further than Wood Iron Grill. Home of Iowa's Best Burger 2019, Wood Iron Grill serves delectably crafted cuisines and beverages with intentional service. Try their famous Iowa's Best Burger, their mouth-watering tenderloin, a chef's feature, or their unique spin on your comfort food favorites. At the Wood Iron Grill, they are deeply gratified by the opportunity to forge a legacy of inspiration, connection, and acceptance for all who enter. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Wood Iron Grill, making memories one plate at a time.
Are you a new or expecting parent? Join Pella Regional Health Center for a baby fair on Saturday, September 24th from 9 until noon at the main entrance lobby located at 404 Jefferson Street in Pella. Learn how to be better prepared for your best adventure yet. Take a tour of the beautiful boutique-inspired Family Birthing Center. Learn about resources available to you, explore vendor booths, and ask questions to our medical providers and staff. Fun giveaways and a grand prize drawing for a Graco Pack and Play. Learn more at pellahealth.org/babyfair.
Welcome back to our Smash Park Radio pregame show. Joining us now is Pella High football coach Jay McKinstry. This interview powered by Hy-Vee as the Dutch set to wrap up non-district play against Bondurant-Farrar. Coach, I always appreciate having you on. This is We're 0-3, right? So this is a conversation that you and I have not had much over the years, if at all. What is the kind of the mindset, the mentality of this program? Got the kids still fighting and ready to go here for another one tonight?
Well, I hope so. That's what our kids got to learn to live in this sometimes. It's going to happen in their lives. And so it's never happened here, this way as far as being 0-3. But at the same time, we've probably never had a schedule that we've had facing it here in the first, 6 games that we're going to end up playing here. But at the same time, it's the process of keep improving and the process of trying to play better. I thought we played better last week against Indianola, Trevor. We played at a different level. We played at a higher level. We played faster. We played more physical. We played with more energy. And that's what we're looking to see. And I thought we had ourselves in the mix in that game. A couple things go a little differently. And it wasn't – Indianola is a great football team with great players. But we made some serious mistakes where we just missed calls or missed assignments that hurt us. And so, you sit there and go like, well, if we don't miss those, you can play the what-if game all along if you want. But they're not taking it. Indianola is a great football team. But at the same time, we clean those up, play with more energy, more passion, keep improving each week. It's hard to, like I said last week, we're sitting here playing 3 unbelievably really good football teams in our first 3 games, and Bondurant's no different tonight, ranked whatever they are, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 6th, whatever poll, I don't know. But, with some really good football players. So, whatever happens, I just want us to be in the mix tonight. I want us to play higher level. I think we can be in the game. I want to get ourselves in position to win the game. I hope we can be, at the end. And I think hopefully we'll play better. But, the truth is, I think we got a good football team. We got to kind of piece it together more consistently, and then we'll see what happens tonight.
Well, yeah, another, for the 4th straight week, a ranked opponent on the other side of the field, and Bondurant-Farrar, we've seen them last year, and their running game was as advertised. Let's start with that aspect of the game, their offense against our defense, and they're still really, really good in that area. What's the game plan to try to slow them down? Yeah, it's interesting you said that. The 4 teams we played, it's not like this is like, well, rankings don't always mean a lot, but if you look at them from last year and they got a lot of players back, most of them were quarterfinal teams last year, 3 of the 4. And Norwalk lost their quarterback. They would have been a quarterfinal team if they would have had him out for the whole year last year. He's really good. But, we got a gang tackle tonight, Trevor. Their running back's really good. And their shotgun quarterback, whatever you want to call him, wildcat quarterback. But he's an extremely talented athlete, certainly is, and very, very good player. And certainly is tough to bring down. So we're going to have to get a lot of keep people to the ball. Make sure we, try not to let him get in space the best we can, keep him out of space. He's going to make some good plays. We just got to keep him from being huge plays. Hopefully that limit his gains. Hopefully he doesn't seem like he doesn't get wore down much. So, but they got other weapons too. Their quarterback, when he is in there, he can throw the ball pretty decently. He really is a nice player. He's a good athlete. You saw him playing basketball last year when he's here, and he's a good athlete and a good player. And he's a 3-year starter at quarterback for them. So. And they've got their offensive line is pretty experienced and very physical. That's the thing about Bondurant. They're very physical. And they'll be, we're certainly going to have to raise our physicality to play with them that way. But we're certainly going to have to do a lot of things just to kind of, keep the big plays from happening against us and, do what we can to gang tackle the running back. Yeah, and that's kind of a fine line, isn't it, right? Making sure that we have enough people up around the line of scrimmage to be there to gang tackle, but also making sure that we have enough people on the back end to make sure he doesn't take it 80 yards? Well,
you got to take your chances, Trevor. You can't do them both. And so there's certainly some risk and reward in that. And so, you look at what they do and what their strength is. And so what do? You got to probably try and take away their strength the best you can. And if they're going to beat you, they got to make them do something they don't want to do to beat you. And so, I'm sure Bondurant's going to do the same thing tonight with us, with our offense. They're going to make us throw the ball tonight. So, we certainly have worked on that this week, and I think we've improved. And we're going to find out when the kickoff happens tonight whether we have improved or not.
Yeah, let's go to that side. Jay McKinstry, our interview powered by Hy-Vee, as we break down Pella and Bondurant-Farrar, your offense, kind of a work in progress over the first 3 weeks of the season as it continues to develop. What's the game plan tonight?
Well, you're right. We got a lot of new players that haven't played a lot of Friday night football, and that's why I think trying to learn to play at this high level. Our guys did a good job last week, and they were tired after the game. We said, well, fellas, that's what it takes to play, quarterfinal, semifinal football week in and week out. You're going to have to do this. This is where you're going to have to feel if this is something you really want. So you're right. We're going to need to put the ball in the air tonight. Their defense is designed to not let you run the football on them. That's their mindset, and they're not going to. If they're going to beat them, you're going to beat them throwing the football. And Waverly Shellrock kind of beat that mold last year in the quarterfinal game. after being down by 2 touchdowns, they were able to run the ball, but they've got some special players there too. And but I think we're going to be, hopefully we're going to do that. We certainly have got a game plan put together. We feel good about it. Our kids are going to have to go out and execute. We're going to have to make plays. They're going to have to make plays. They're going to have to, we're going to have to provide time. We're going to have to make the throws. We're going to have to make the catches, and we'll see if we can do that. And we've certainly practiced it and had an emphasis on it. We're just going to have to go do it. We can say we practiced it, but they got to go out and execute and do it.
Yeah, a couple of rare mistakes in special teams a week ago. It's been a strength of this team, but as we look at that area of the game, and again, kind of a thin margin for error here, what do you expect out of special teams tonight?
Well, you're right, Trevor. We lost a couple of special teams players, one in the JV game and one Tuesday night practice this week. They also play elsewhere, but at the same time, so yeah, we want to try and be solid there. You can't give up yards. But that's certainly, we got to shore that up. We can't give up points. Points are matter. Like last week, instead of being 7-7 to 7-6, it's different playing from behind than if you're tied. It's just the mentality. It's just hard. You can say, well, it shouldn't make much difference, but it's a huge difference. And you can see that all the time from being here. You've been around long enough, too, that points make a difference. 1 point matters. And we got to clean that up. We got to certainly get that done and certainly go out there and just do what we're trying to do, and hopefully we can make those things happen and play very solidly and not give up anything big and get the points that we need.
All right, Coach, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck, and we'll talk to you afterwards.
Thanks, Trevor.
That's Jay McKinstry, head coach of the Pella High football team. Our interview powered by Hy-Vee. Randy Sycamore rejoins me in the broadcast location when we come back, getting you set for Pella and Bondurant-Farrar non-district football action. We'll have more of the Smash Park Radio pregame show right after this. You head out to work, back in to check on the kids. Your husband heads out for work, back in for lunch. You head out to the grocery store, back in for the evening. In and out, in and out, in and out, all day long. Of course, while you're going in and out, your garage door is going up and down. And over the course of time, springs, rollers, hinges, they all break down. Don't wait until the door won't go up and down and you can't go in and out. Call DeYoung Door Service for an inspection of your garage door today.
We're the gurus of garage doors. DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
Welcome back inside of our Smash Park Radio pregame show on 92.1 KRLS. We're getting you set for Pella and Bondurant-Farrar as the Marching Dutch make their way onto the field. We'll give you a quick game time temperature presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating. The sun is setting right now. It's a 7:19 sunset. It is 7:19 and 76 degrees under a cloudy sky. Saw a rainbow just a couple of minutes ago, but it looks like that's peaked behind the clouds as well. Don't expect any rain here for tonight's ball game. There is rain forecasted for tomorrow. Little bit of wind that'll be blowing from far to near throughout the ball game tonight, but 76 degrees and a cloudy sky. Tonight's game time temperature presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating in Pella, your local cooling and heating experts. You'll rest easy when you pick up the phone and hear
Van Haften.
And we'll step aside for the Marching Dutch and the national anthem inside of the Smash Park Radio pregame show on KRLS.
No one looks forward to having surgery, not even for their pets. It can be kind of a scary thing. This is Dr. Tim Yoder, the Tri-County veterinarian, and we strive to keep your pets safe and comfortable at all phases of the procedure. They'll receive preoperative blood work and anesthesia, warming, and electronic monitoring during the operation, plus post-operative pain management and supervised recovery. For elective surgeries or for that unexpected emergency, trust the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic where your pets.
quarterback Colby Collison. The running back Titus Cram is a junior. Cooper Jones at fullback. The tight end is Andrew Keith. The wide receivers Reed Fallsgraf and Tyson Barkema. And the offensive line from left to right, Noah Winger, Dalton House, Landon Wagner, Hudson Vroh, and Bryce Baker. Defensively for Pella, their starting lineup presented by Menninga Pest Control. Noah Parsons and Luke Fairchild are the defensive tackles with Gage Gift, the nose. Ben Meisertech, Tate Wiesner, Reed Beard, and Carson Leathers are the linebackers. Jack Howard and Luke Hardman are the safeties. C.J. Shetterly and Trey Van Howen are the corners. Let's go to the other side of the ball in the Pella offense. Starting lineup presented by Menninga Pest Control. Bo Bush, the quarterback. Kenson Fuller at running back. Jack Howard, C.J. Shetterly, and Trey Van Howen are the wideouts. Tate Wiesner, the tight end. And Pella's offensive line from left to right. Luke Fairchild, Hanson King, Gage Gift, Donovan Helly, and Braden Schulte. The defense for Bondurant-Farrar looks like this. The defensive end, Hudson Vroh. The tackle is Levi Standing, and the nose is Quentin Fulton. The rush defender is Marcus Teed. Strong side linebacker Caleb Moore. Weak side backer Jacob Vanderlinden. The middle linebacker is John Powers. The strong safety, or the dog, is Jordan Ryle. The free safety is Titus Cram, and the corners are Reed Fallsgraf and Tyson Barkema. Cram does the kicking. John Powers does the punting for Bondurant-Farrar, and Luke Hardman does both for the Dutch. Those are tonight's starting lineups presented by Menninga Pest Control. Sean and his team want to kill your bugs.
Call 628-3198. Menninga Pest Control.
And that'll put a wrap on the Smash Park Radio pregame show. Find your happy place and play, drink, and eat at the new Smash Park on the west side of Pella. When we come back, we'll be live inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, and we'll get you the opening kick presented by Dutch Mill Supply for Pella and Bondurant-Farrar on KRLS.
Hey Pella Christian and Central fans. With our home shopping extravaganza coming up, you can save big money on items from many local businesses like Bruxford's Home Center, Pizza Ranch, Dutch 200 Bowl and Grill, Hy-Vee, or Smash Park. You'll be able to save 30, 40, or even 50% off retail prices from those businesses and many more. You can check out the full list at KNIAKRLS.com. Get ready to save September 27th through the 29th with the home shopping extravaganza on KNIA and KRLS. As spring sports season shifts to high gear, have Raceway Tire and Exhaust team you up with a set of Firestone tires. Check out the Firestone Destination line of tires. Whether you drive a truck or SUV, there's a Firestone Destination tire just right for you. And Raceway Tire and Exhaust is your complete auto care center from bumper to bumper. No matter what your vehicle needs, take it to Raceway Tire and Exhaust.
Raceway Tire and Exhaust. We got what you need to get you on the go.
At Hy-Vee, we're home of the best beef in America. Our quality beef comes exclusively from cord-fed cows on family farms in the Midwest, and only about 6 out of 100 cattle meet our strict specifications. We want you to enjoy the best beef in America. So every Monday in September is Mega Meat Monday, where we'll give you 20 cents on your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver card for every $20 you spend on meat, deli, cheese, and seafood. Take advantage of Mega Meat Mondays every Monday in September at Hy-Vee, home of the best beef in America.
We know you have choices when it comes to wireless plans for your home or business. At Strawber Cellular, we strive to be that local expert to provide all the service and expertise you need to make U.S. Cellular your choice for wireless service. Our knowledgeable staff can provide you with everything from smartphones and tablets to home internet and security options. Choose Strawber Cellular, your locally owned authorized agent for U.S. Cellular in downtown Pella.
Welcome inside of our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. We're live on 92.1 KRLS, the free KNIA KRLS mobile app, Pella Dutch Live on YouTube, and Pella TV. Pella has won the opening toss, or pardon me, Bondurant-Farrar has won the opening toss and deferred to the second half. So Pella will receive the football, and the Dutch will be moving from left to right, Bondurant-Farrar from right to left. And the wind, when I stepped out of the press box just a few moments ago, was coming at us, Randy, kind of coming from the apartment complex on the other side of the field, heading in our direction, so across the field.
Right now, the flag's pretty negligible.
Yep.
The other thing I noticed in warm-ups, and albeit Cram's one of the best running backs in the state, and deservedly so, he wasn't kicking off all that far. I don't think he can get it into the end zone. We should have a run back. For For the Dutch, of course, Hardman almost every time, unless it's into a gale force wind, is kicking it into the end zone. So we should get a run back here on the opening kickoff.
Let's give you a Strawver Cellular instant radio update. In fact, several 7 o'clock starts, including a game Pella Christian fans, Randy, might already be tuned into ours because it's 28-0 Eagles over Van Buren in the first quarter. Central, Council Bluffs Lewis Central leads Indianola. It was a scoreless first quarter. It's now 7-0 Titans early second quarter, and Norwalk has a 14-7 lead over DCG. The other games that will be following tonight on our Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard are Knoxville hosting Fairfield, PCM hosting Iowa Falls Alden, and of course our game, Pella and Bondurant-Farrar. Cram has it teed up on the 40-yard line. Ball is on the right side of the field. Cram kicking from right to left. And the ball is in the air. We are underway here on KRLS. It's a low knuckling kick that lands at the 20, bobbled around, and then finally picked up by Pella, and some running room out across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Looks like Carson Leathers on the return, and the Dutch will start at the 31 for their opening drive of the game.
Yeah, good job. That was a tough kick to field. It was Squibber running all the way down there. He finally got a hold of it and had a good run back.
Again, our colors of the game: Pella in green and white, and Bondurant-Farrar in white and blue. That opening kick just a moment ago presented by Dutch Mill Supply in Pella, your only locally owned lumberyard and building material supplier. 1st and 10 for the Dutch. Bo Bush stands in the shotgun. Kenson Fuller just off his left hip. They take the snap, fake it to Fuller, and Bush a quick pass over the middle. Shetterly makes the catch, breaks one tackle and another. He's into Bondurant-Farrar territory, down the near sideline before Titus Cram finally tracks him down from 131 all the way to the other. Good for a gain of 37 yards.
Well, the 31 was the magic number last week. I think there was 3 consecutive drives of 69-yard touchdowns from the 31-yard line, so it's definitely something in that hash mark.
They're calling Shetterly down at the 32. So a 37-yard gain for Pella and a 1st and 10 in Bondurant-Farrar territory. Snap to Bush, fake the handoff, swing it to the far side. Shetterly with 2 blockers, he gets the edge again, and Shetterly's inside of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone and knocked out of bounds at the 15 after a gain of 17.
Impressive. Nice. That was just like a flare pass out to the side, but 2 accurate throws by Bush so far, and nice yards after catch by Shetterly on both of them. Here's it looks like maybe our diamond play. Nope, they're going to break it up a little bit.
So Pella sends 2 receivers to the right, make that 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Bush takes a snap, fake to Fuller again, lobs it to Shetterly, makes the catch at the 15, cuts it back inside. He's down around the 11-yard line. So a pretty minimal 4-yard gain. There is a flag right in the middle of the offensive line.
Typically a hold in that situation, but we'll see before we pass judgment.
Another Strawver Cellular instant radio update. Pella Christian 35, Van Buren nothing. The Eagles have run 12 plays. They've scored 5 touchdowns.
Wow. It is holding, and it is a spot foul, so it looks like it's going to be about a 12-yard penalty.
That pushes Pella back out of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone.
Three nice pass plays, though, so far. That last one didn't go quite as far, but Shetterly had some options out in the open space there on which way to go.
Let's see if the Dutch, now they've fallen off schedule here on this opening drive. Can they get the offense to pick it right back up? 1st down and 22. Snap, and they go to the ground for the first time, and there's a whole host of white-shirted Blue Jay defenders there to take Kenson Fuller down after a 1-yard gain right in the middle.
Yeah, and I know Coach said in the pregame they're built to stop the run, and certainly they did, but you know what? They were all on the line of scrimmage, so he breaks one of those tackles and he's gone because there's nobody playing safety out there, quite frankly.
Pella needs down to the 5-yard line for a 1st down. They're back at the 27, left to right for the Dutch. Opening drive of the game, 10:23 remaining first quarter. Bush now has Fuller to his right, takes the shotgun snap and looks to throw. There's a whistle and a flag, and this is almost certainly on Pella. False start is the likely call. Pella's moving backwards. And there it is. Now we're into 2nd and a mile.
5-yard penalty.
And these are just killers. I mean, you've got a couple of big plays. You get deep into Bondurant-Farrar territory, and then you get a hold and a false start, and all of a sudden it's 2nd down and 27.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of 27-yard plays in the playbook, but I just try to have to get a couple chunks. We're in 4-down territory, so we got 2 plays to get it back.
4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Bush to throw.
Oh, there's another hold.
There's some pressure rolling out to the left. Pump fakes, and now a fire down the sideline, and it is caught by Cram, the defender, but out of bounds. No,
he called it good.
He did call it a catch and an interception by Cram. It looked like he was originally signaling incomplete, but Cram gets the INT at the 14-yard line.
It looked like he was out of bounds when he came down. He clearly caught the ball, but I thought he landed out of bounds. It's clear on the other side of the field, so the referee has a better shot at it than us up here. But
Strawberry Cellular Instant Radio Update. Indianola gets a touchdown to tie Lewis Central 7-7 midway in the second quarter. Our score 0-0 here in the first quarter. And after the Titus Cram interception, Bondurant-Farrar has a first down and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Right to left, it's a handoff to Cram, and a gaping hole up the middle. Hops over a defender and then falls down as he gets to the turf at the 28-yard line for a gain of 14. Well, they'll give him 12. They say his knee touchdown at the 26. Titus Cram, 552 yards, 6 touchdowns in 3 games. That's better than 160 yards per game, 164 to be exact.
Might not have even played the whole games either.
And now a first and 10 for the Blue Jays. Ball is at the 26-yard line, right to left for Bondurant-Farrar. They bring an extra backer in, roll out right. Collison on the pump fake. His pass is caught along the far side of the field and taken out of bounds. Where will they spot him out?
16-yard gain on that one.
The 42-yard line.
Passes to fleet number 21, Tyson Barkama.
Nice play action play there, and Tyson Barkama makes the catch for 16 yards. First and 10, Bondurant-Farrar, 9:20 remaining in the first quarter. Ball is at the 42 on the right hash. Pella with 4 down linemen defensively. Collison takes a snap, play action fake, bootleg, roll out near side. All kinds of time to throw, lobs it to a wide open receiver. Catch is made by Jordan Ryle, and he's deep into Pella territory inside the 30 at the 29-yard line. Good for a gain of 29.
Riley caught that?
Yes.
For the Blue Jays,
Boy, he got wide open in that Pella secondary.
He did, and the quarterback had tons of time. It was a rollout. I thought it was going to be a screen pass back to Cram. I think we did too, and there was nobody downfield.
Pistol formation, handoff to Cram, starts left, cuts back right, and gets slammed to the turf at the 27-yard line, a 2-yard pickup for Titus Cram. And we talked to one of our McCall monumental radio keys to the game. How would the secondary hold up if we're kind of selling out to stop Cram? And on that deep pass to Ryle, we saw him running free.
Yep, yeah, and it's going to happen tonight. It's just the way it is when you send so many guys up to stop the star.
Second down and 8 for Bondurant-Farrar at the Pella 27-yard line. Snap to Collison, handoff to Cram. Starts to the middle, cuts it out to the right. A lot of running room. Stiff arms the defender at the 15-yard line. He's out of bounds along the far sideline, all the way down to the 7, deep inside of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone on a gain of 20 yards.
Yeah, we had a lot of bodies up there, but they were all inside the tight ends, and he recognized it right away. He made a juke to the middle, which brought even more guys in, and then he went around the outside with his speed. So somebody's got to stay at home out there on the ends and turn him in.
Strawberry Cellular Instant Radio Update. PCM 7, Iowa Falls, Alden nothing midway through the first quarter. Our score 0-0, but Bondurant-Farrar first and goal at the 6. They hand it off to Cram, straight ahead running, wide open hole, and he walks it in. Touchdown Bondurant-Farrar. Titus Cram, a 6-yard run.
Yeah, he made that look pretty easy, didn't he?
Well, the offensive line made that one look pretty easy, Randy. There was just a gaping hole right up the gut, and Cram skated through for his 7th touchdown of the year. It comes with 8 minutes and 10 seconds on the first quarter clock. And now the extra point team is on for the Blue Jays. And Cram, the kicker.
No, it looks like a 3.
Oh, you're right.
Body size is about the same, but
they're going with Reed Falsgraf, the backup kicker on the starting lineup chart, and the extra point is up and good. Bondurant-Farrar strikes first. Cram the pick. Cram the score. 7-0 Blue Jays live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Are you considering window replacement or a remodeling project? Would you like the opportunity to work with a Pella Windows certified local contractor on your home remodeling projects? DeHuysen Carpentry is a Pella certified contractor handpicked for their expertise with window and door installation or replacement, as well as remodeling and home renovation capabilities. For your next project, call DeHuysen Carpentry at 780-1858. DeHuysen Carpentry, masters of consistency and quality.
Where is everybody? Hello? Is anybody here?
You survived another tax season, and those fly-by-night tax preparers all seem to have disappeared. Your friends at Van Manen, Seatstra, Meyer & Nickel are here for you all year long. Your life is chaotic, crazy, super busy, and you don't just need help during tax season. Let Van Manen, Seatstra, Meyer & Nickel help you every day, all year long. Save time, gain peace of mind with Van Manen, Seatstra, Meyer & Nickel.
Inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on 92.1 KRLS, and the kick return by Pella is out to the 25-yard line. Titus Cram's 6-yard touchdown run has given Bondurant-Farrar a 7-0 lead. In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. Pella drove inside of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone, but 2 penalties, a hold and a false start, pushed them backwards. Then Cram came up with the interception. A long drive by the Blue Jays. Cram caps it off with a touchdown, and Bondurant-Farrar has a 7-0 lead with 8 minutes and 4 seconds remaining here in quarter number 1. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
And we now have another stoppage here before the play gets whistled in from the 26-yard line. Okay, they needed to spot the ball in the middle of the field, not the near hash, is apparently the situation. So they get the ball moved and we're ready to go. We do have a Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update. Fairfield 7, Knoxville nothing, first quarter. That's our score with Bondurant-Farrar in the lead, and the snap to Bush, handoff to Fuller, starts right, cuts back to the middle, fighting to break tackles, and he crosses the 30 for a 5-yard first down run.
Ran into his own man there for a second once he got through the first hole, and then he had another hole, got a nice 6-yard gain.
And Pella moving with a little tempo here for a 2nd down and 5 from the 31. And it's Fuller again, straight ahead running up to the 33-yard line.
Couple more.
Yep. That'll bring up we'll get him up to the 34, so a 3-yard gain to bring up a 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
You know, all 3rd downs are big, and it's certainly the broadcaster cliche to say big 3rd down every time one comes up, but you know, Bondurant-Farrar just marched down the field. It would be really nice to possess the football here for a bit.
It certainly would.
3rd down and a deuce. Snap to Bush, fake to Fuller. This is Hardman at quarterback, rather, and he hits a completion, zips it into the slot, and the catch is made by Shetterly for a Pella first down.
13.
And they get it out to the 47-yard line.
Nice throw by Hardman. I didn't even notice him go in the game, so that was a nice throw. I think his first completion of the year.
And now they'll throw again, swing it to Shetterly. And there's a double team right there to tackle him after a 1-yard gain. Already his 4th catch of the game for 68 yards.
They graciously gave him a yard. I'm not sure he even got back to the line of scrimmage, but they gave him a yard. So 2nd and 9 almost to midfield.
Bondurant-Farrar 7, Pella 0, 6 minutes and 38 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Glad to have you along on 92.1 KRLS. The KNIA KRLS app and Pella Dutch Live on YouTube.
Good to see Hardman throwing the ball. It was a little too predictable that every time he came in, he ran. So this is good to see.
2nd down and 9 for Pella. Hardman hands it off to Fuller, straight ahead run, and he's into the 2nd level into Bondurant-Farrar territory. Give him 7 yards, bring up another 3rd and 2 for Pella at the Blue Jay 45.
Yeah, and they're hurrying back up to the line of scrimmage again. This is good to see. Under center.
4 wide receiver look. Hardman, the quarterback, looking to the near sideline to get the play. Trey Van Howen comes in motion. He's still looking over at the near sideline to relay it into Hardman. 17 seconds on the play clock.
Yeah.
And it's Hardman to Fuller from a tight formation. He's got the first down on a 3-yard gain. And Randy, you mentioned it on the very first run of the game, which only went for 1 yard for Kenson Fuller, but you get the sense if he can get past that first wave, there's nobody left.
Yeah, if he goes 3 yards through the line of scrimmage, it's a touchdown because they are stacking the line of scrimmage. That was a great job by the O-line that time. We definitely won the battle. The whole group, the whole pile went 3 yards downfield in the right direction, so good job O-line.
Pella picks up their second third down conversion of this drive. Hardman remains in the game at quarterback. He drops back into the shotgun for a 1st and 10 from the Bondurant-Farrar 42. Snap to Hardman, wants to throw, comes near side, and the catch is made by Van Howen, slips a tackle inside the 30. Ball security down to the 25-yard line, give him 17.
Yeah, very nice slip job there on the first tackle by Van Howen. Got lots of extra yards. About what, 17?
17 on the nose, yep. 5:04 remaining in the first quarter. Bondurant-Farrar 7, Pella 0. Snap to Hardman. Quarterback run. Fuller with the block, and Hardman picks up 3 tough yards down to the 22-yard line.
Those were tough.
Hey, Luke Hardman, he is zipping the ball out there.
He is.
3 for 3, 31 yards, and he's got some zing behind that fastball. Another Strawbers Cellular Instant Radio update. PCM 14, Iowa Falls, Alden nothing in the first quarter.
Yeah, I don't think that game's going to be very close either.
There's a whole bunch of our local games that have an opportunity to get out of hand, including one that already is. We'll run down our Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard.
4 right.
5 in total, 1 to the left. Snap to Hardman, looks left, pumps left. Now he'll take off and run. And he's to the edge of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone, tackled right at the 20 for a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, it looked like there was more room than there really was. He was trying to throw the pass. It was well defended, so he took it down thinking there was open field, and Bondurant closed in on him quick. Did get 2 yards, so 3rd and 5.
Well, the nice thing about that play design is all the defenders are to the near side, and it looked wide open to the far side.
Right.
And now they flip it. 4 receivers left, 1 off to the right. Hardman out of the shotgun, takes a snap, looks right, throws right, looking for Van Howen, makes a great catch on the back shoulder and takes it in. Touchdown, Pella. Trey Van Howen on a dime from Luke Hardman.
I don't know what was better, the back shoulder throw by Hardman or the catch by Van Howen, because that looked like it was going to be a pick. It was well defended, but holy cow, what a pretty play.
And that's right where the ball is supposed to be. But as you said, Randy, the defender, he was all over it, and then Van Howen just snatched it away. Touchdown, Pella. And now let's see if Luke, who had a little bit of struggles last week kicking extra points, we missed a couple of them.
We have so far all season, quite honestly. But
let's see if he can boot this one through out of the Ben Van Gorp hold to tie the game. Snap, spot, kick is on the way. Plenty of leg and good. And Pella has tied the game at 7 on a Luke Hardman 20-yard toss to Trey Van Howen. Back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth right after this.
This month at Pella Motors is Chevy truck season, which means $1,000 towards accessories on any new Chevrolet Silverado or Colorado. Receive up to $5,000 off a brand new Ram 1500, $2,500 off Jeep Grand Cherokee Summit, or take advantage of 0% for 72 months on select models. Right now at Pella Motors, it's the time to trade because we are dealing. Stop in or see us online at PellaMotors.com.
At Knoxville Hospital and Clinics, we are a proud supporter of our area youth. Hi, I'm Kevin Stitsworth, Director of Foundation and Public Relations. We wish all of our area athletes the best of luck as they compete this fall sports season. When an injury puts you on the sidelines, trust your neighbors, your healthcare providers, and your community partner at the Knoxville Hospital and Clinics to get you back in the game. To learn more about our providers, services, and upcoming events, visit knoxvillehospital.org.
Welcome back inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. A good kick return by Bondurant-Farrar out to the 42-yard line, but there is a flag while they sort that out. Randy, if you'd keep your eye on that, let's run down our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. There's been a lot of action, hot and heavy. First of all, our score 7-7 between the Dutch and the Blue Jays under 4 minutes to go first quarter. Fairfield has a 14-0 lead over Knoxville in the first quarter. Pella Christian 35-0 over Van Buren second quarter. Lewis Central and Indianola tied at 7 in the second quarter. Norwalk and DCG tied at 14 in the second quarter. And PCM leads Iowa Falls Alden 14-0 in the first quarter. And that is your Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Now it's Titus Cram out of the Wildcat on a right side run, and he's got first down yardage. That penalty took them back to the 28-yard line. Cram gets 10 to the 38 and a Blue Jay first down.
Yeah, in a rare event, Hardman didn't get the kickoff all the way into the end zone. They ran it back quite well, but there was a holding call. Made him start on about the 27, and he's out at the 37.5 now with a first down out of the Wildcat, like you said.
Congratulations to Hayden Blen with that touchdown by Trey Van Houten. Hayden, you've won a gift certificate for a free tenderloin or cheeseburger plus fries from Wood Iron Grill in Oskaloosa. And here's a handoff for Bondurant-Farrar.
You don't see that every day. Wildcat with the running back handing off to a different running back.
And the ball carrier was Caleb Moore, who picked up 1 yard to bring up second down and 9. Folks, we're giving away free sandwiches all season long. The only way you can win is to visit for dinner and drop your name in the box at the front counter at Wood Iron Grill. Then listen to our next Dutch game to see if you're a winner in the Wood Iron Grill Radio Touchdown Challenge. Congratulations to Hayden Blen. 2nd and 9. Snap to Cram. Keeper by Cram, bounces off one tackler, met in the backfield, slips away again, and a lot of running room to the near side. Trying to get to the corner with another stiff arm before Shetterly brings him down in Pella territory at the 48-yard line. Good for a gain of 13.
Yeah, we had him stopped. We had him stopped twice, actually, and he just kept backtracking and finally out-sprinted us to the other side. Great athletic play there by Cram, but we actually defended it well for the longest time. And that's Collison, the quarterback, calling the play in the huddle and then going out to the wide receiver spot on the right side in all of these plays.
And they do. I mean, the first drive was Collison at quarterback. This one's been all Cram at the Wildcat quarterback. And they'll do both throughout the game, as Coach McKinstry talked about in pregame. Snap to Cram, and they hand it off to Moore. Starts running right up the middle, finds a hole, gets inside the 45, down to the 43 for a 5-yard gain for Caleb Moore. Pella 7, Bondurant-Farrar 7, under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, it makes it even harder to defend because when the star running back's getting the snap, that's one more blocker technically to block for him.
He has not thrown a pass this year, so I don't think there's any, not trying to fool anybody in that regard. But as you said, it just gets the ball quicker into the hands of your best playmaker.
Right, and one more blocker because you don't waste the quarterback.
Snap to Cram. Little bobble on the snap this time. Starts up the middle, dancing around to the left, patiently waiting. What a run. I mean, it's only a 2-yard run down to the 41-yard line, but Pella kind of had him hemmed in the backfield. He skips out of that and picks up 2 to bring up 3rd and 3.
Yeah, you and I would have lost yardage on that play. I wouldn't have even gotten to the outside the tackle position. I would have been done before that. But
well, I think the bobble on the snap would have been the end of it for either of us, Randy.
Here's what you call a key 3rd down play. Like you talked about earlier, it's kind of early, but if we can hold them here and get the ball back, that would be great.
3rd down and 3 for the Blue Jays from the 41.
And they might be in 4-down territory.
Cram out of the Wildcat. Takes a snap. Now he looks to throw. Rolls out to the right. Eyes downfield. Shakes a Pella defender. There's another there to help out. And they knock him down at the 43-yard line. May have lost 2 yards. Nice job on the back end there.
I think that was Van Houen that ended up going downfield to cover the one receiver.
Well, the one receiver was the quarterback Collison, and it was Jack Howard back in coverage.
Okay, good.
That's a 2-yard loss, so now it may not be as easy of a decision, Randy, as it's a 4th down and 4 situation at the end of the first quarter. Pella 7, Bondurant-Farrar 7, live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
If you have friends or family coming to Pella, make reservations for them to stay in Pella's finest accommodations, the Amsterdam Hotel.
We have many different packages available depending on what they're looking for during their visit.
Our weekend getaway package includes flowers, chocolates, and champagne.
The Visit Pella package has tickets to the Historical Village, Vermeer Windmill, and Pella bucks to spend around town.
And the Stay and Play package includes golf at Boss Landon.
Find the perfect package for your guests or yourself by visiting royalamsterdam.com for the Amsterdam Hotel on the Bollengrat in Pella.
Pole barns were originally engineered
pioneered in the 1930s. Over the years, the materials and techniques have been vastly improved. Modern-day construction makes for versatile buildings used for housing, commercial use, or storage. Dutch Mill Supply is your pole barn specialist.
Dutch Mill Supply, located in Pella, is your only locally owned, one-stop, full-service lumberyard and building material supplier. My name is Joshua Payne. My staff and I are here daily for professional service from the guy next door. Our product line is diverse, and we'll get you what you need quickly and at a competitive price.
Welcome back inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on 92.1 KRLS. End of the first quarter, Pella 7, Bondurant-Farrar 7. The Blue Jays have a 4th down and 5 at the Pella 43-yard line. Bondurant-Farrar is going for it on the first play of quarter number 2.
Standard
Near right
formation
hash.
here.
It's the quarterback, Colby Collison, out of the pistol. Takes a snap. Did Pella get off sides?
He hardly moved. He might have leaned forward, but he didn't move.
Okay, they get Bondurant-Farrar on a false start, and that may just implore Coach Fance to punt for only the 5th time this year. Here comes the Blue Jay punting unit.
Well, that's big because whoever our linebacker or whatever on the other side kind of shuffled his feet and flinched his hands, never really crossed the line of scrimmage, and I was afraid they were going to call him on it, but apparently there was movement that caused that. So that's a good deal. Good job by the Dutch defense on that set of downs.
Each team has scored 1 touchdown, and each defense has gotten 1 stop. Bondurant-Farrar on an interception. Pella now on downs as the Blue Jays bring out the punting team. John Powers with a 43-yard average per punt on 4 punts this year. And it's a fake, and Powers lobs it down the field, and it is caught. First down, Bondurant-Farrar down to the 38-yard line.
That's a great call and a great throw. We had a guy, we defended it perfectly. We had a guy right there with him. It was just a perfect throw by the punter. Give him, what, about 12 on the play?
Cole Miller, and that's an 11-yard gain. And a 4th down conversion on a fake punt, as you said, Randy, pretty well defended by the Dutch.
Yeah, it'd be one thing if we were fooled on it, but we weren't fooled on it. It was just a perfect throw.
So Bondurant-Farrar, which was stopped on 3rd down, picks up the 4th down fake punt. And a 1st and 10 at the Pella 37, and now we have a whistle and a vision for less timeout. In fact, that'll give us an opportunity to give you a Pella Motors game reset. The clock reads 11:27. It'll be 1st and 10 for Bondurant-Farrar out of this vision for less timeout at the Pella 37-yard line. Blue Jays from left to right. Ball is on the far left hash in a 7-7 game on a Pella Motors game reset. And Randy, if this game stays close, and if Bondurant-Farrar can score here, you know, that might be an early candidate for our McCall Monument monumental play of the game. Yeah. Pella had the Blue Jays stop. The Blue Jays, in fact, then false started themselves back into a 4th and 10, and they get 11 on the fake punt.
That was a gutsy call. It was midfield, so it wasn't like a really tremendously risky call, but it was a gutsy call. And like I said, if we had been fooled, that would have been painful. But we had a guy right there guarding him, and got to give the other team credit when they execute perfectly.
Strauver's cellular instant radio update shows 7-7 between Indianola and Lewis Central at the half. Here's an inside handoff to Moore out of the shotgun snap to Collison, and he rips it forward down to the 31-yard line for a 6-yard gain on 1st down. 3 carries, 12 yards for Caleb Moore, and Titus Cram has 7 for 66. As the Blue Jays have rushed for 78 yards on 10 carries. And that is an unsustainable 8 yards a carry out of this Pella defense.
Yeah, that's why that 4-down hold was important, and we could stop them once, and then, of course, they got the fake punt.
Motion out of Cram. They hand it off to him. He lined up in the slot. Now we have a whistle. Maybe early movement.
Had to have been to start the play, yeah.
False start out of the Blue Jays. That's their 3rd penalty. We do have another Strauver's cellular instant radio update. Dominic Tigner with a touchdown run to give Norwalk a 21-14 lead over Dallas Center Grimes. That game is in Grimes tonight, and they're in the 2nd quarter. Our score, Pella 7, Bondurant-Farrar 7. 10 minutes and 51 seconds remaining in the first half.
I think DCG's kind of having the same experience Pella is this year with a tough non-district.
Oh, buddy.
They're not having a real good, pretty record either.
All right, back to a 2nd down and 9 for the Blue Jays, and they hand it off to Moore on a right side run. A big push out of the offensive line, and Moore breaks free into the secondary and finally drugged down. Ball came out, and Pella recovers a fumble in the end zone.
Wow, how about that?
If there was instant replay, Randy, I would wonder if Moore might have been down, but the ball was stripped out at the 1-yard line. It went into the end zone where Pella recovered. And the officials confer. There's 3 of them that got together, ruling on the field fumble into the end zone. And the Moore run, which went for 27 yards, ends in a fumble recovered by Pella.
Well, the credit goes to whoever made the tackle, because it looked like it was going to be a touchdown. Somebody made a touchdown-saving tackle down there. Didn't catch the number. But when he tackled him, Moore, the running back, landed on top of the Pella defender, so he was not really down. And that's when the ball came loose. So it was a legitimate fumble. Good job by the referees to get together and get it right.
Well, Pella thought they had a stop on downs.
Yeah.
Bondurant-Farrar caught him with the fake punt, and then they get the stop on the fumble. And now Bo Bush and the Pella offense back out. Quick pass to the far side, nothing there. Catch by C.J. Shetterly, but he's doubled quickly and dropped for
yard,
I guess
maybe.
We'll give him 1.
Yeah.
That was actually Trey Van Howen, my apologies. Trey Van Howen for 1. So far, Bush and Hardman exchanging series. Bush threw the interception after driving the Dutch down into the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone. And then Hardman threw the touchdown to Van Howen. 7-7 game, snap to Bush, 5 wide receivers. Bush looks over the middle, wide open Shetterly, and he threw it tall, and behind him, incomplete.
Yeah, I think he was open. He had inside position. They had 4 wide left, and two of them that went on the slant, Fuller and CJ, both had inside position on the defenders.
You are listening to Pella High Football, powered by Bank Iowa on 92.1 FM, KRLS Knoxville Pella, and KRLS HD1 Knoxville Pella. Bank Iowa supports Pella High and Pella Christian Athletics by donating $20 to the Booster Club for every touchdown during every home game this season. Go Dutch from Bank Iowa.
Let's make it happen.
3rd down and 9 for Pella at their own 21-yard line, moving from right to left in a 7-7 game. 5 wide receivers, 4 to the right, 1 to the left. Bush takes a snap, blitz coming. Bush steps up and away from it. Now he'll try to take off and run, and he's dumped after a 3-yard gain out to the 24-yard line. The Blue Jays brought some pressure. Had Bush been able to avoid it, maybe he could have found somebody open down the field, but he was just running for his life right out of the jump.
Yeah, they had pretty good defensive coverage on our receivers, but there was nobody in the middle of the field. All the receivers were fairly deep. So he made the right decision to make a run for it, but they're faster than he is. They caught up to him for just a 3-yard gain.
Couple of Strawber's Cellular Instant Radio updates. Knoxville is on the board. Fairfield 14, Knoxville 8 in the 2nd quarter. And PCM has a 21-0 lead over Iowa Falls Alden. And now Hardman to punt. And that is a high spiraling punt that takes a big bounce. Oh, looked like it would take a big bounce for Pella, but right to the Blue Jays return man, which was Jordan Ryle. And he is taken down immediately at the 32-yard line.
That turned out to be a fortunate, smart play for Bondurant, but that could have easily just bounced off of him and been a turnover down there. So great punt by Hardman. He hesitated quite a while. Last week we had the fake punt. Really wasn't a fake punt. Indianola just didn't rush him, and he waited until everybody was downfield, and then he ran for 30 yards on essentially a fake punt.
That was a 44-yard punt by Luke Hardman, no return. And Randy, the instant replay confirms what you did. Call stands on that fumble down at the 1-yard line.
Yep.
1st down and 10 for Bondurant-Farrar at the 32. They go to the ground with Cram. Starts right, breaks away from a Trey Van Howen tackle, and he takes the shoulder blow from a Pella defender before he's ridden out of bounds around the 40-yard line. They'll see where they mark him down. Probably right at the 40. That's a 8-yard gain to bring up 2nd and 2.
Yeah, Hardman hit him on about the 35, but he's a big kid. He got another 4 or 5 yards after that.
In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. Bondurant-Farrar opened the scoring on a Titus Cram 6-yard run. On the ensuing drive, Luke Hardman hit Trey Van Howen for a 20-yard touchdown grab, and it's a 7-7 game with 8:53 remaining here in the 2nd quarter. In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
Titus Cram on a toss sweep off to the left side, picks up 3 yards to the 43 and a Bondurant-Farrar 1st down.
But you know, when they run as many running plays as they do. It makes the clock go faster, makes the game shorter, so the longer we can stay in a tie or essentially a tie game, the better chance we have at the end. So I don't mind these 3-yard runs, and especially if we can stop them eventually or get a turnover.
First down and 10 for Bondurant-Farrar, at their own 43-yard line. Ball on the left hash. Blue Jays moving from left to right. Collison out of the pistol, takes a snap, fakes a toss to Cram, now bootlegs out to the left side, and there is a wide open receiver, Andrew Keith, nobody within 10 yards of him, and he rumbles down the far sideline to the 35-yard line for a gain of 22.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about in the pregame. You send as many guys up to tackle Cram, somebody's going to be open. Who was it that caught that?
That was Keith.
Okay.
DCG answers back as DCG and Norwalk continue to trade touchdowns. 21-21 between the Little Hawkeye Conference rivals. Our score 7-7, under 8 minutes to go, second quarter. Snap to Collison, wants to throw. Pump fakes left, lobs it deep left, and that ball is caught by Hardman, out of bounds.
Yeah, he lined that up like a center fielder. He saw it coming the whole way. Did make the interception, but he got bumped out of bounds by the wide receiver before he came down.
Let's go ahead and give you a Pella Motors game reset. Pella 7, Bondurant-Farrar 7. 7 minutes, 48 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Blue Jays have a 2nd and 10 at the Pella 35-yard line on a Pella Motors game reset. You'll drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee.
First incomplete pass for them by my count. 2nd
down and 10 now on the snap. Collison hands it off to Cram, straight ahead running. And he may have lost the football. He did, and Pella is on it. Back-to-back Blue Jay turnovers. A couple of fumbles recovered by the Dutch.
We'll give him 5 yards on the carry, but a huge turnover there again for Bondurant.
I saw Tate Wiesner in on the play. I believe he stripped it. Didn't see who came out with the ball, but a nice play by the Dutch linebacker. Cram was held up. Wiesner went in there and ripped it out.
That's a great play by the defense to stand him up, first of all, and then, yeah, like you said, to strip it out like that. I'd like to see a 7-minute drive here end up in a touchdown. Now, we don't get the ball like we usually do at the beginning of the third quarter, but still, it'd be nice to run clock and get points here.
Well, we continue to go every other, Randy, because Hardman is in the game at quarterback for this, the 4th series. He's getting the even series, Bush the odd ones. Hardman sings one far sideline, catch is made, close to a first down. 9-yard pickup on the play. Trey Van Howen out to the 39-yard line.
Nice catch. Had to jump up to get it and then avoid a tackle to get the extra yards.
2nd down and 1. Pella moving quickly. Fuller into the backfield. A 4-wide receiver look for the Dutch. Snap to Hardman. Quarterback run Hardman. Bondurant-Farrar is there, and Hardman is stopped for no gain.
Yeah, 2nd and 1. You got any play in the playbook, and tried the quarterback run, but it didn't work.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 1, where Pella is 3 of 4 in this game. Hardman goes under center quickly, takes a snap, goes straight ahead. Pella trying to push it forward, and it looks like they've got it.
They're going to give him the 40. I'm not sure that's enough for a first down or not.
Nope, they're saying move the chains.
Okay, cool.
First down, Pella.
We'll take it. Probably would have been.
Not by much, Randy.
No. In fact, I'm not sure he made it, but it probably was 4-down territory anyway, too. We probably would have ran another one of those just to get it, try to get it.
Hey, want to say hello to the guru, Kurt DeYoung, listening in tonight on 92.1 KRLS. Kurt off to a 5-game lead through 3 weeks in this year's Pick'em standings.
I heard he was 10-0 the other week.
Play action fake, and Hardman hits Van Howen on the far sideline for a 7-yard gain out to the, well, they'll say a 6-yard gain to the 46. 2nd down and 4 coming up. 10-0 in week 2 for the guru. He went 8-2 last week.
Wow. Putting some distance out there, huh?
And now we've got a quick play from Pella. We've got a whistle before the snap.
Penalty or timeout?
False start, Pella.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
So that pushes Pella back to a 2nd down and 9. Their other 2 penalties in this game were drive-killing penalties on the opening drive of the game. They had driven inside of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone. And then a holding penalty and a false start penalty pushed him back before an interception. Stravers Cellular Instant Radio Update. Knoxville on a Jay Keller 58-yard reception leads Fairfield 15-14 midway through the second quarter.
Good for them.
2nd and 9 here for Pella. Hardman, play action fake, stands in, fires deep, wide open receiver. He just overthrows Van Howen down the far sideline.
He had him beat. He had the defender beat. Ball was about 1.5 yards too long. Hardman hasn't had a lot of opportunities at that play so far, at least not in game time, maybe probably in practice. But
probably wouldn't have been a touchdown. Cram, the safety, was getting over with the angle and would have had a play on Van Houen, but that would have been a 40-yard gain before it was all said and done. Right. Now the Dutch into a 3rd and 9.
Probably see that play again sometime tonight.
5:53 to go in the second quarter. Pella has it at their own 41-yard line, trying to take advantage of the second Bondurant-Farrar fumble. Blitz coming. Hardman under pressure. He escapes, rolling near side. Pump fakes, escapes again, and gets blasted down. Just could never find enough room to make a throw, and he's tackled after a 1-yard gain to set up a 4th and 8. In fact, they give him no gain.
Oh, I'm not sure that I like that spot.
Probably irrelevant with a punt situation, although there's officials conferring back at the 30-yard line. I won't even speculate here. Well, there's nothing to speculate. There's no penalty. There's no...
They just had to talk, apparently.
I think they were trying to figure out if
he was gonna...
Wow.
15-yarder.
Personal foul, blow to the head of Luke Hardman for a 15-yard drive-saving penalty on the Bondurant-Farrar defense.
Well, as long as Hardman's okay, that's a good deal.
And that does go down as a 3rd down conversion on the penalty, so Pella's now 5 of 7 on 3rd downs in this game.
Number 40.
Whoa, hold on. Now there's a snap as the official is still talking about it. And my apologies, Pella's actually 5 of 6 on 3rd downs in this game. Their only miss was on the last drive where Hardman had to punt.
Okay, so I think he was talking about winding the clock was what he was talking about, and then they snapped the ball while he was giving his speech.
5 minutes and 32 seconds remaining in the first half. Got our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show coming up in a 7-7 game. Fuller empties out of the backfield. Hardman pump fake, steps up in the pocket, takes off to run. Not much there. Really nice pursuit out of this Bondurant-Farrar defense. That time it's John Powers who is in on the play as Hardman is tackled for no gain.
Yeah, they're quick to the ball on those plays. Both quarterbacks look like they had room and to run. Bondurant closes that hole very quickly.
Brings up a 2nd down and 10. Right to left for the Dutch in their green and white jerseys. Spread the field, 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Snap to Hardman. Design quarterback run, and he stumbles down, and he's taken down after a 1-yard loss. Again, it's Powers in on the play, and that time, I mean, he almost got through untouched.
Yeah, they're sending more guys than we have blockers, that's for sure, and we need one of those quick slant passes and make them play honest back there.
3rd and 11 from the 45 for Pella. They're in Bondurant-Farrar territory. Send 3 receivers to the far wide side of the field. Snap to Hardman, play action fake. Luke throws, open receiver Shetterly. 1st down and more. Down to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Pella. C.J. Shetterly, a 45-yard dash.
Well, there's that slant pattern. There's nobody in the middle of the field. The safety's deep. He was underneath them. And great throw by Hardman. Nice catch and run by C.J. And some wheels out there. He's on the track team, isn't he?
5 catches, 113 yards for C.J. Shetterly in the first half.
That was a pretty play. And we burned, I don't know, how much time? About
3
4 minutes? 3 minutes?
You wanted 7. We burned 3.
That's right, I wanted 7, didn't I?
Maybe a poor angle on the Bondurant-Farrar tackle. They had a chance to make a play on Shetterly, but he broke free and was able to take it in for 45. Now the extra point team is on. Snap, spot, kick is good, and Pella has a 14-7 lead. We'll be back inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. 4 minutes to go, first half.
Hey Pella Christian and Central fans. With our home shopping extravaganza coming up, you can save big money on items from many local businesses like Bruxford's Home Center, Pizza Ranch, Dutch 200 Bowl and Grill, Hy-Vee, or Smash Park. You'll be able to save 30, 40, or even 50% off retail prices from those businesses and many more. You can check out the full list at KNIAKRLS.com. Get ready to save September 27th through the 29th with the home shopping extravaganza on KNIA and KRLS.
The lights in the car, white and red, white and red, white and red. The lights in the car, white and red at Central Tire and Auto.
If the lights on your car aren't white and red, don't wait until Mr. Officer makes you fix them. Stop into Central Tire and Auto. For tires, front-end work, their no-appointment oil change, full mechanical work on your vehicle, and the little things like new lights. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Sing along.
Pella 14, Bondurant-Farrar 7, as we welcome you back inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Tonight's video presentation on the Pella Dutch Live YouTube channel is being presented by Randall Roofing. And Randy, we certainly could have called that last one our raise the roof moment of the game, but we know that there are bigger things in store for the Dutch, up 14-7. But we do want to thank Randall Roofing for sponsoring tonight's video presentation on the Pella Dutch Live YouTube channel.
You don't think it's going to end 14-7?
I would love it if it did, because that would be a Dutch victory, Randy. Snap to Collison, play action fake, under some pressure, stepped up, gets away, makes a throw, and it's tipped and incomplete. Shetterly was about 2 feet from stepping in front and making it 21-7.
He had designs on pick six, didn't he? It looked like it from here, too. Good pressure, though, by the defensive line.
Second down and 10 for Bondurant-Farrar. This drive at the 20-yard line, left to right, under 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Collison on a designed right side roll, has some time, dumps it down. Cram makes the catch, picks up a couple of yards before he's taken out of bounds. There's a late flag. Oh man, they're gonna get a late hit. Gage Gift had started the tackle on Cram in bounds, and the two fell together out of bounds, and the flag comes out on what I have to imagine will be a personal foul penalty on the late hit on Gift.
Well,
that would have been very, and then there's another one. This will be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the Pella sideline. They were in the official's ear because, Randy, that was really, really close. Maybe by the letter of the law, that was a penalty on Gift, but again, the play started in bounds, and that's what Pella was arguing on the sideline, and now they get. Okay, it's not a penalty, it's a sideline warning. That's their first warning after the penalty.
Truth is, he stepped out of bounds before anybody even hit him, and the call was not made. The play should have been over before we even made the tackle. But yeah, that was a pretty sketchy late hit penalty.
Fourth penalty for Pella for 37 yards and a handoff to Cram, running to the left side. Gets away from one tackler, but not the next. And it's Tate Wiesner again mopping him up.
Yeah, nice job double teaming on the tackle there.
No gain for Cram, who's got 11 carries and 82 yards. 3:29 remaining here in the second quarter. As part of our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show, we'll go inside the numbers delivered by Pella Fiber and give you our second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service. Second down and 10. Collison out of the pistol, takes a snap, fakes it to Cram, steps back, wants to lob it deep, goes to the far sideline, and it is caught. Is he inbounds? Yes, he is. Reed Fallsgraf makes the catch at the 47-yard line. It's good for 16.
That was a real pretty catch. I thought that was well overthrown, like out of bounds overthrown. He's a tall kid over there. He made a nice catch and still got his feet down.
So into Pella territory. Dutch lead by 7 with 3 minutes and 7 seconds remaining. Second quarter. Congratulations goes out to Michaela Van Zee. Michaela's a winner in the Wood Iron Grill Radio Touchdown Challenge on that CJ Shetterly touchdown catch on Pella's last drive. Snap to Cram out of the Wildcat. Runs up the middle. Breaks tackles. Fighting for the far sideline. And he's taken down by Luke Hardman after a 4-yard run.
Yeah,
Folks,
Parsons in on it too.
We're giving away certificates for free sandwiches, cheeseburgers, and tenderloins, plus fries for every touchdown all season long. All you have to do is stop by Wood Iron Grill for dinner next week, drop your name in the box to the front counter, and then listen next week to see if you're a winner in the Wood Iron Grill Radio Touchdown Challenge.
Clock continues to move. Bondurant with just 2 timeouts. They used one earlier.
2nd down and 6. Wildcat for Cram. Moore blocking. Starts left. Big hole left. He's got a 1st down, and Moore down to the 35-yard line, a pickup of 8 yards. And Bondurant-Farrar now moving quickly. Clock stops to allow them to get the chains. Now they wind it. I'm not sure it ever did stop, Randy. We're under 2:20 to go first half and a 14-7 Pella lead. Collison to throw, far sideline. Low throw, caught by Cram. Inbounds, goes to the ground. 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5. Clock runs.
Yeah, technically still quite a bit of time. 2 minutes is a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with 2 timeouts. But
and teams are used to being able to go quickly and get a lot of plays in a short amount of time.
It's hard on the defense, though, to go this quick.
2nd down and 5, and now Cram back into the Wildcat. Collison split out right. Cram running straight ahead, breaks through 1 tackler and a 2nd, runs into 4 green jerseys inside the 25. He's down to the 23 for a 7-yard gain. And that puts Titus Cram over 100 yards, 14 carries for 101. Down to the 23-yard line with 1:36 to go before our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. 1:28 and counting. 2nd quarter. Collison in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers. Takes a snap. Looks left. Throws left. Going to the end zone. Receiver is there. Incomplete.
Well defended. I mean, it could have been caught, but it was well defended. Number 6 is
Jack Howard in coverage, and the receiver was Fallsgraf, who made the great sideline grab earlier in this drive.
2nd and 10, probably not a real big issue. Minute 16 with a clock stop, though.
We've got a Strawberry Cellular Instant Radio update. You saw this guy have a big game last week, Randy. Drew Kingery with a 63-yard touchdown has given Indianola a 13-7 lead over Council Bluffs Lewis Central, the defending champs, in the 3rd quarter.
Kingery is special.
2nd down and 10. Cram gets the handoff out of the slot, running left. He makes 1 man miss. Picks up really nice yardage inside of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone. He's down to the 15-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain. And it'll be 3rd and 1. Clock running, 58 seconds to go. 2 timeouts for Bondurant-Farrar. And they'll use, Pella will use one of them now, a vision for less timeout by the Dutch.
Probably a good idea. I think that defense is a little winded.
It'll be a 3rd and 1 play. I mean, certainly Pella is capable of stopping them here, but if we're to look through the rush charts for Bondurant-Farrar, there have not been any negative rushes tonight. It's likely that they'll pick up the 1st down, but then they've got to get moving, and the clock, 2 timeouts. There'll be under 50 seconds to go, and can Pella play some red zone defense?
Well, and they had Cram lined up in the slot, so it didn't look like it was going to be a running play, at least not to him anyway, on the original play call. Now, they might change the formation in the play now that they got time to think about it. But with 3rd and 1, I think I'd hand it to the stud to get the 1st down and then use a timeout and figure out what you're going to do. At any rate, it's been a good first half for the Dutch. They've played pretty solid defense. Cram has 100-plus yards, but he's had quite a few carries. I think we've done a pretty good job of containing him, and the offense has looked really good.
And it's just been an entertaining first half as well.
It was last week in Indianola, too. So
3rd and 1 for Bondurant-Farrar. Collison is out of the pistol. Cram comes in motion. They fake it to Cram. Collison rolls to the left. Gift giving chase. Collison cuts it back inside, gets the 1st down, and then steps out of bounds at the 10 for a gain of 4. So Bondurant-Farrar moves the chains on the 3rd down conversion. They are inside of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone on what will be a 1st and goal at the 10 with 39 seconds to go before our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show.
Yeah, short of a penalty, no more 1st downs on this drive. So 2 timeouts, 4 plays. see what we can do on defense. I'd like to see another turnover. What do you think?
Oh, boy, they've had 2 fumble recoveries. One that went into the end zone that the Dutch recovered after a long run by Caleb Moore. The other, Tate Wiesner, forced a fumble by Cram. Pella recovered both of them. They put 41 seconds on the clock now. There is a bit of a delay here as Pella's clock operators trying to make sure things are square, and they are now. Moore standing to the right of Collison out of the shotgun. Snap to Collison, looks to throw, has time, fires to a wide open receiver, Cram in the end zone. Touchdown, Bondurant-Farrar.
That's pretty tough to defend. It's kind of a hook pattern to the outside. He ran down in the middle of the end zone and then came back about 3 yards, and the defender went with him and then had to stop and come back. And
that was 3 Fallsgraf, not 6 Cram. So Reed Fallsgraf, the 10-yard touchdown reception from Colby Collison, and we're an extra point away from a tie game. Lewis Central, by the way, has answered right back on a Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update. It's 14-13 Titans in the third quarter. Extra point here is up and good, and we have a 14-14 game. 36 seconds to go before the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show, live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
At Marion County Bank, we love the communities we serve.
In fact, it's why we do what we do. From the report card program that gives back to the school of your choice,
to all the community events, sponsorships, and donations we are proud to be a part of.
From the volunteer efforts of our staff,
to partnering in the success story of your business, farming operation, or personal financial journey. We go beyond banking. We share in the life of the community.
Marion County Bank, serving you, building community. Member FDIC.
At Menninga Pest Control, their slogan is that Sean and his team want to kill your bugs. Now Sean wants you to join his team and kill other people's bugs. Menninga Pest Control has an immediate opening for a technician. Whether you're looking for full-time or part-time or even just seasonal, Sean is looking for you. He'll even train you and make sure that you get the proper certification to kill those bugs. Interested? You know the number to call.
Call 628-3198. Menninga Pest Control.
Pella on a kick return after the Bondurant-Farrar touchdown. They get it out across the 25-yard line to the 28-yard line. We're live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. 35 seconds to go first half here on 92.1 KRLS, the free KNIA KRLS mobile app, and Pella Dutch live on YouTube. Do want to let you know that the KNIA KRLS home shopping extravaganza is less than 2 weeks away. You can save 30, 40, even 50% on nearly $200,000 in merchandise from area and local businesses. It's coming up September 27th through the 29th. You can check out the list of items and all the details. Go to KNIAKRLS.com/home shopping. Let's see if Pella tries to do something with these final 31 seconds here, Randy, in a 14-14 game late first half.
You'd think Bondurant would play a little bit of prevent here, but they're really not. Maybe a handoff to Fuller to bust one would be a good first try.
Hardman takes a snap, hands it off to Fuller, running straight ahead. Pella does have a couple of timeouts left as Fuller gets to the 34-yard line and a 6-yard gain. I'll actually give him 5 for Kenson Fuller. Just 24 yards, but only 6 carries for Fuller as the Dutch have thrown it 13 times. 13 passes, 13 make that 14 rushes. So a very balanced offensive approach for the Dutch. And Pella does let it go to halftime. It's been an exciting first half. Pella 14, Bondurant-Farrar 14. Our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show is coming up.
Julia Churchma is the counselor at Madison Elementary in the Pella Community School District. She asks parents to help instill the importance of relationships when talking to your kids about school and not just ask, how was your day?
Who did you sit with at lunch today? Who did you play with at recess today? What did your teacher do that was funny today? Focusing on people first, and then your children will start to understand that you care most about them as a person and their relationships.
Preparing everyone to learn, lead, and achieve. Pella Community Schools. Pella!
At Ulrich Ford Lincoln and Pella, we have one of Marion County's largest pre-owned vehicle inventories with over 125 used cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock. As new vehicles across the country continue to be difficult to get, our team is making a concentrated effort to provide an even larger selection of used.
About 4 million people live in the City of Angels according to the last census, and half don't want the other half to know what they're up to. Finding that special someone in a city with all the glitz, glam, lights, cameras, chaos, and traffic can be a real nightmare. That's the story that's about to unfold in front of us right now. But before that story begins, drum majors Elizabeth Pumphrey, Stephen Gall, and Tess Hopkins, is the band ready? Performing for you their Fall 2022 musical program, the Pella Marching Dutch present Kiss from a Rose.
One more round of applause for the Pella marketing. Test. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Travis Thompson with Raceway Tire and Exhaust. I have a guest of mine here, John Glissman, is from Bondurant-Farrar. His kids play on the Bondurant-Farrar football team. John runs our Boone location. Every year we do a event where we roll tires for dollars to be split between the two booster clubs. Tonight we have some special guests that have joined us out here on the track. We have 4 fathers of Bondurant-Farrar football players, and we have 4 special guests from Pella community on the Pella Fire, the Pella EMTs, Iowa National Guard, and the United States Air Force. So, what we're going to do, we're going to roll this tire towards the dollar denomination. The number one highest denomination is $1,000. So there's a potential to earn $8,000 to be split between the two booster clubs. So tonight, we're going to start off with Greg Higginbotham. Greg, you're starting. Greg is the director of the Pella Ambulance. He has been an EMT for 20 plus years. Let it roll, Greg. $1,000. Next, from Bondurant-Farrar, Brad Postgame. $500. Next, from Pella, we have Iowa National Guard Staff Sergeant Matt Trout. Matt has been with the National Guard for 12 years. $400. Next, from Bondurant-Farrar, we have Mike Blue. Some of you may recognize Mike as a Central College graduate. $1,000. Next, from Pella, we have Dave Arrington. Dave served our country in the Air Force for 19 years, from 1974 to 1993. $400. Next, from Bondurant-Farrar, we have Pat Ryle. $200. And finally, from Pella, we have Doug Van Gorkum. Doug has served as a volunteer on the Pella Fire Department for 50 years. Thank you, Doug, for your service to our community. $400. And last, from Bondurant-Farrar, we have Biff Mole. So we've got our staff accountant over here, and the total, $4,900. So we will make a contribution for $2,450 to the Pella Booster Club. We will make a contribution to the Bondurant-Farrar Booster Club for $2,450. Thank you very much. Have a great evening.
One-on-one, with the ball carrier Moore, hurtling him kind of over his body and ripping the ball out into the end zone that Pella recovered. And then Tate Wiesner pulled the other one out of Titus Cram's hands at Pella's 30-yard line. The Dutch recovered both of them, preventing Bondurant-Farrar from scoring. And here we are, 14-14, about ready to put the ball in the air for the second half.
Yeah, and I don't remember. I should know this, but did we get points on the ensuing drives after that, or did we?
One of them we did,
okay,
and one we did not.
Okay.
Yeah, we did not go 90 or 80 yards for the other touchdown, but
okay,
the other was capped off by the Shetterly touchdown.
Gotcha.
So 14-14 is our score. We're getting ready for the second half, and that puts a wrap on our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle, stop and see my man Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. And Luke Hardman gallops right to left. Ball is in the air. Short end over end kick. Taken at the 8-yard line. Far hash across the 15 to the 20. And what a tackle at the 25-yard line.
Hugen.
Making the play for Pella, Ramon Hugen. Yeah.
He made one of those, I forget which game it was. If that was Indianola, I think it might have been.
Trevor Castle, Randy Sycamo. We're live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth in a 14-14 game. Final score already in. Andrew Schneider is going to be enjoying dessert before we get out of here, Randy. Pella Christian 45, Van Buren nothing. And another Strawberry Cellular instant radio update. This is a bit unfortunate for Indianola fans. Back-to-back touchdowns by Lewis Central, and they have taken a 27-16 lead over Indianola late in the third quarter.
Well, they're not number one by accident. And I think they'll go 5-0 tonight because they played in week 0.
Yep. Defending state champs.
They're really good.
We did have a holding penalty on that return on Bondurant-Farrar, so that backs them up 10 yards, and they'll start 1st and 10. And a shotgun snap for Collison from the 15. Rolls out to the left, fires to an open receiver along the far sideline, and he's got first down yardage out to the 29-yard line.
See who caught it?
That was Cram for 14.
His longest reception. He's had a couple of short ones basically in the first half.
14-14 game, and Bondurant-Farrar, that was the first play of the second half. Blue Jays now have it at the 29-yard line, left to right. Out of the pistol formation, Collison takes a snap, tosses it to Cram on a right side run, has blocking out in front, trying to get around the corner. Pella closes, and they make the tackle at the 31-yard line for a 2-yard pickup.
Yeah, very well defended. Stretched that out really well with the D-backs over here. And
well, it was Van Howen that stretched it and Hardman that closed it.
Yeah, very nice job. 2 yards is all.
That brings up a 2nd down and 8. And Bondurant-Farrar pretty patient offensively.
Yeah.
Really deliberate. You know, they're not the kind of team that appears that they're going to score, 49 in a game. But they possess the ball for a long time. Here's Cram, met in the backfield and dropped. What a play in the backfield by Noah Parsons. You called it right, Randy, and that one goes for a 1-yard loss to bring up 3rd and 9, and this is not a spot the Blue Jays have found themselves in real often.
I think it was more than a 1-yard loss, but that is the spot they gave him. So nice tackle by Parsons, good penetration. Yeah, you mentioned not scoring 49 points when they basically run all the time. Then the clock gets shortened that much more without the clock stopping.
3rd and 9 from the 30, left to right. Bondurant-Farrar in white and blue, Pella in green and white. Tonight's colors of the game presented by Gilchrist Jewett Lumber. Motion from Cram. They fake it to him. Now Collison dumps down and Keith drops it. He would have been buried by Van Howen anyway. It's incomplete and the Pella defense holds. And Ben Ballard is absolutely lighting it up on the sideline.
He's going to pull a hammy doing that. He's not as young as he used to be.
None of us are, Randy.
He was excited.
But hey, Pella's only other 2 stops came on turnovers.
Yeah,
so to only allow 1 first down.
They lined up in punt position, but then faked it. So.
And then the stop on downs. Now Bondurant-Farrar to punt. The snap is there. This one is a good punt, high, really high punt. Fair catch called for by Van Howen and made at the 28-yard line. And the Pella offense will come out in a 14-14 game. Folks, do want to invite you to tune in tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock for the Hy-Vee Radio Coaches Corner. We'll be catching up with all of our area football coaches. And I believe it will be volleyball coaches. I think cross country was last week. We'll have our area volleyball coaches as well on the Hy-Vee Radio Coaches Corner tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock right here on 92.1 KRLS. Luke Hardman out offensively at quarterback for Pella on a 1st down and 10 from the 28, ball in the near hash. Pella from right to left in a 14-14 game. Snap to Hardman, bad snap, handoff to Hugen, trying to break away, and Fuller. They just got him by his jersey, and he drags a tackler to the 34-yard line for a gain of 6 yards, and a really nice job by Hardman of getting that ball out.
Yeah. That was a little wide and could have been a fumble, but it also could have been a touchdown. He was about a half step and a shirt away from breaking that one.
That brings up a 2nd down and 4. Dutch going quickly. And it's the same play, and this time Fuller does break a tackle, and he's into the next level and out near midfield, tackled at the 47-yard line for a gain of 13.
Real pretty play, right? Nice hole by the offensive line. Good speed by Fuller. Lining up quick.
You are listening to Pella High Football, powered by Bank Iowa on 92.1 FM, KRLS, and KRLS HD1, Knoxville, Pella.
Let's make it happen.
They hand it off to Fuller again, breaks one tackle, dragging defenders, still going, takes a big hit, and he's taken down after a 9-yard gain.
Well, you asked for it indirectly at halftime. You said not a lot of use out of Fuller so far, but 3 straight carries, and they've all been successful.
We do have a Stravers Cellular Instant Radio Update. PCM on the 3rd Adrian Robbins touchdown of the evening is all over Iowa Falls. Alden 35-0. Here it's 14-14 between Pella and Bondurant-Farrar. And in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. The Dutch stopping Bondurant-Farrar on the opening drive of this third quarter. The punt by the Blue Jays. Pella started back at their own 28, and they're on the move with a 2nd and 1, and a Hardman throw coming out of the shotgun. Steps up, takes off to run. Defender from behind. Hardman bounces off, gives up a lot of ground, and a late throw to an open Fuller at the 35, and he's down to the 30-yard line. Luke Hardman doing his best Pat Mahomes to pick up 13.
23. Right? Weren't we on? Oh, no, we had 9. You're right. 13.
What a play by Hardman, and then what a catch by Fuller.
Yeah, that was some serious mobility there by Hardman.
And now a snap to Hardman, bobbled on the shotgun, and Hardman takes off to run. And a nice job by Van Houen out on the edge not to block in the back. He had to let the guy go, and he pushes Hardman out of bounds. And that is a 1-yard loss to bring up, actually a 2-yard loss, bring up 2nd and 12.
Well, it was a little wide on the snap again, kind of threw the play off. I'm not sure that's what it was originally intended to be, but forced into that situation.
In case you missed it just a moment ago, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
2nd down and a dozen from the Bondurant-Farrar 32. Pella driving, trying to take a lead in a 14-all game early third quarter. 4 wide receivers. Hardman takes a snap, wants to throw, steps up, and now the pocket collapses, and he's dumped for a 1-yard loss. Boy, Randy, when he steps up to run, it looks like there's room, but the Blue Jay defensive line does such a good job of shedding the block and closing the pocket.
Yeah, he got 1 on that one back to an 11-yard 3rd down, but you're right. It looked like there was a lot more room than that. It looked like he was going to get 5 or 6. But they've been doing it all night. They're very quick to come back to the ball. That's why they stopped the run so well.
3rd down and 11 for Pella. Probably 4-down territory here. It would be a 49-yard field goal. Hardman takes a snap, wants to throw. Fires over the middle. There's a receiver. Shetterly, a sliding grab down to the 10-yard line as they pick up 21.
That was a sweet pass right there, and a great diving catch by Shetterly.
And the Dutch are into the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone. A 1st down and goal at the 10. Pella, by my count, is 7 of 8 on 3rd downs in this game.
That's been huge, totally huge.
The 2 times Pella's been stopped, one was a Hardman punt, the other was a Bo Bush interception. Other than that, they've scored twice. 1st and goal at the 10, play action fake, Hardman to run, and he's dumped again. Luke Hardman has 10 carries for 3 yards. Just there's nothing there for him running the ball. Here's his runs, Randy. 3, 2, 0, 1, 0, 0, -1, -2, 1, -1.
Yeah, it's been a struggle, and there's half of those look like there was room to go.
Indianola, another turnover and another Lewis Central touchdown. 2nd and goal for Pella from the 11. Right to left for the Dutch. Snap to Hardman. Looking left all the way. Fires. Intercepted. Fallsgraf picks it off in the end zone for a touchback.
Not real sure about that call either. I thought he came down on the 1-yard line. I mean, his helmet might have been in the end zone, but the ball was not in the end zone.
That is the 2nd Dutch turnover of the evening. Both of Pella's turnovers have been interceptions. Both of Bondurant-Farrar's turnovers have been fumbles. And the Blue Jays will have it at the 20 in a 14-14 game with 6:14 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
That's just the 2nd incompletion for Hardman tonight. Yeah, just needed a little more loft on that one to get it into the corner over the defensive back.
Cram in at Wildcat now on a 1st and 10. Takes a snap, and he takes it straight ahead out to the 23. And that's a gain of 3. That's Stravers Cellular Instant Radio Update. It's Lewis Central now 34, Indianola 16. Sigourney Keota leads Pleasantville 35-13. The Cobras will be Pella Christian's opponent next Friday. In fact, that's where I'll be, in Sigourney, for that district matchup in Class 1A. 2nd down and 7. Cram out of the Wildcat. Deliberate pace by the Blue Jays. Takes a snap, left side run, gets around the corner, and then he gets tripped up. Nice job by the Dutch defense to limit Cram to just 2 more yards.
It was.
Give him 3 officially and set up a 3rd and 4.
Somebody made a shoestring tackle there. That was a very nice tackle because he's hard to bring down. So 3rd and a long 3 here. Well, the fire truck's leaving. Hope it's not for a fire. Hope they're just leaving.
Well, it's Heroes Night here at Pella High School, and Pella and Bondurant-Farrar locked in a good one. 5 minutes to go. 3rd quarter, 14-14 game. Cram in the Wildcat takes a snap and hands it off to Moore, and he's got the 1st down. Big gain before he's finally taken down by Hugan out at the 39-yard line.
11.
And, yep, give him 11 yards.
Maybe 12. Well, that's about the 3rd time that they've gone Wildcat but then handed it off.
Moore has 59 yards on 6 carries unofficially. And Bondurant-Farrar converts on the 3rd down to set up a 1st down and 10. Cram takes this Wildcat snap. Little shake and bake in the backfield. Gets away from a tackler. Has the 1st down and more into Pella territory. Pickup of 15 yards. Noah Parsons was there, but the slippery Cram wouldn't be brought down.
And he's still shooting the siren, so I don't know if that's just to get out of the parking lot. The ambulance is still sitting there, so I'm assuming it's not an emergency.
1st down and 10 now for Bondurant-Farrar. They are in Pella territory as we give you a Pella Motors game reset. 4 minutes, 18 seconds remaining in the quarter. The ball is on the far left hash. Blue Jays moving from left to right in white and blue. Pella defending the right goal in green and white. Snap to Cram, handoff to Moore. Shake and bake in the backfield, and he's got a hole. Then he gets belted, but not before he picks up 10 yards and a 1st down. And a moment ago, that was a Pella Motors game reset.
I'm not sure why they didn't start the clock right away. He never went out of bounds. They had to move the chains, but they were set for a good 10 seconds before they wound the clock.
That was enough for a 1st down on Moore's 7th carry of the game for 69 yards. Now a 1st and 10 at the Pella 36-yard line after the interception by Fallsgraf in the end zone off the arm of Luke Hardman. Cram on a right side run. Big blocks in front of him. Cram gets around the corner inside the 30, and he's out of bounds around the line to gain at the 26-yard line for 10 more yards as they're just picking up big chunks here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, they certainly are. After that turnover, we haven't been able to slow them down much. Looks like give them 9 on that one.
141 yards on the 21st carry for Titus Cram, and it sets up a 2nd and a long 1.
Coming down close to 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter here. Probably just be a Cram run, although Moore's been getting a lot of yards too.
2nd down and 1. Cram out of the Wildcat, takes a snap. It's a left side run. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 25, down to the 23-yard line. 22-yard line, so that's a 5-yard run for Titus Cram. Hey, do want to thank our friends at Delivery.com for dinner tonight.
Yep.
Randy and I both enjoying Yamato. You had the house soba.
Yeah, it was delicious.
I had the amazing house fried rice. In fact, I must say, Randy, that's 2 straight nights. Lindsay and I had Yamato last night, and we had it courtesy of our friends tonight at Delivery.com, the restaurant delivery service in Pella, bringing great fresh food right to your home or office. Delivery.com. Takes a Wildcat snap, and Cram is now inside of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone down to the 16 on a 6-yard run. I mean, this is just becoming a little bit too easy right now for the Blue Jays on a drive that started at their own 20, and they're down to the Pella 16 in a 14-all game, 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. And it really is kind of taking the life out of the Pella crowd as well,
really,
Randy.
Really
I mean, you can hear a pin
yeah.
drop down on the field.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of stunning here, quite honestly, because we've played so well on the offensive drive.
Cram takes another Wildcat snap, left side run, cuts it back inside, and he's taken down from behind. There is a flag down at the 10-yard line.
Back
it
him
was
up.
Thrown right at Pella defender Luke Fairchild, who may have been held by John Powers, one of the blocking backs. Fullback / tight end. They kind of move him around a little bit. But
/ fake punter, right?
Right. And it is a shot block.
That's 15.
On Bondurant-Farrar. So a 15-yard Blue Jay penalty will push them back out of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone.
Make it 2nd and 17. That's a little better numbers for us.
Ball is at the 30. They need the 12. Even better, Randy. 2nd and 18.
4 down territory, I'm sure, for them, but see how we do here and try to keep them to not such a big gain here. Make it 3rd and long.
Pella 14, Bondurant-Farrar 14. Blue Jays are driving, but a chop block personal foul penalty pushes them into a 2nd and 18. Cram out of the Wildcat. Takes a snap. It's a run straight up the middle. Kind of slides his way through. Still fighting, and he's all the way back inside the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone down to the 18-yard line on a gain of 12.
Yeah, I got the penalty back, but it is 3rd down now. I gave him extra room on my stat sheet, and it's still going to fill up.
Yeah, I knew that I needed to leave 2 lines for Cram. You know, he came in 3 games. He had carried the ball 77 times. Tonight, 24, and we're still in the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 5 from the Pella 17. Cram out of the Wildcat. Takes a snap, right side run. Gets inside the 15. Looks like he's got 1st down yardage or very close to it at the 12. And they say move the chains on a 5-yard run. Strawberry Cellular Instant Radio update at the end of the 3rd quarter. PCM 35, Iowa Falls Alden 0.
Hate to use a timeout here to give the defense a breath because we're probably going to need those 3 timeouts at the end of the game.
There have only been 3 drives in this quarter, and one of them was a 4-play drive by Bondurant-Farrar that resulted in a punt.
Right.
Then Pella went on a long march before Luke Hardman was picked off in the end zone. And now the Titus Cram show on this left side run. Gets inside the 10, dives all the way down to the 6 for a 6-yard gain.
I mean, we hit him at the line of scrimmage, and he still gets 6. I mean, he's just a brute force out there.
Strawberry Cellular Instant Radio update. Norwalk 35, DCG 21 in the 3rd quarter. Again, our score 14-14. Bondurant-Farrar does not have to run another play. They do come to the line of scrimmage with 12 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. Cram takes a snap, runs to the right, and he's got some daylight, dives his way towards the goal line, and he's short down at the 1.
Why are they stopping the clock?
Well, that will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. It's 14-14, Pella, Bondurant-Farrar. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back.
Are you ready to save big? Yeah, you. The carpool driving, crossfitting, building, and making warriors. Vision for Less owns selection, price, and speed. Glasses you need. Quality you deserve. Every day, all day, today. Need single vision? Get 2 pairs for just $38.71. Progressives 2 for $76.92. That's right. You want it, we've got it. Selection, price, speed. Nobody beats us guaranteed. Vision for Less. Right glasses, right price, right now.
Let's address it. Interest rates are rising, but Community First Credit Union is here to tell you we think it's still a great time to buy or refinance your home. Right now, for qualifying mortgages, C First is giving up to $2,000 off closing costs. We offer quick turnaround times, local lenders, and an easy online application. We're here to help. It's a limited time offer. Get details and apply today at c1stcu.com/home. Some restrictions apply. Loans are subject to credit approval. Equal housing opportunity.
Pella 14, Bondurant-Farrar 14 as we welcome you inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth for the start of quarter number 4. Bondurant-Farrar will have a first and goal at the Pella 1 as Cram went airborne from about the 5, knee down at the 1. Now will go 98 yards all the way to the other side of the field for first and goal.
We couldn't have them try a pass and have a pick 6 99-yard reception, could we?
I couldn't be more surprised if they threw the ball right here, Randy. I would put the odds of that at literally 0.
Well, Mike Singletary would join him mid-air over the line of scrimmage to try to knock the ball loose.
Cram in the Wildcat, has Moore to his right. Cram takes a high snap, brings it in, and walks it in. Touchdown, Bondurant-Farrar. Titus Cram, a 1-yard run.
Yeah, that was pretty much unstoppable. It was almost a high snap, almost snapped it over his head, but he pulled it in.
Boy, and Pella was driving deep inside of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone before an interception. Luke Hardman was picked off by Reed Fallsgraf, and then Bondurant-Farrar goes 80 yards for the Cram 1-yard touchdown run. Extra point by Fallsgraf coming. Snap and spot are good. Kick is on the way, and it is good. And Bondurant-Farrar has reclaimed the lead. 21-14 Blue Jays, 1 play into the 4th quarter. Live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Staying active is important. At Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, we treat athletes of all ages and abilities, whether that means gaining back mobility after an injury on the field or getting to the root of the pain that keeps you from going on walks with friends. We're here for you. We are the experts in comfort and performance. Contact us today at kineticedgept.com or at 621-0230. We want to support you in staying active.
Our lives are filled with celebrations, birthdays, anniversaries, weddings. Ladies, isn't it about time to celebrate you? Embellish hand selects items with you in mind, with women's apparel and accessories in many colors, prints, and silhouettes, bed and bath items including quality linens, beautiful bedspreads, soft towels, loungewear, and the coziest robes, perfect for gifting or simply pampering yourself. Embellish offers bridal registry, and you can shop 24/7 at embellishpella.com. Embellish, we celebrate you.
Line drive kick by Bondurant-Farrar that chases Pella back all the way to the 1-yard line. Bit of a misplay for the Dutch, and Jack Briggs pays the price as he's tackled at the 8, right at the top of the goal box. And Pella now has to go 92 yards for a tying touchdown. Trevor Castle, Randy Sikkema, live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Early 4th quarter, Bondurant-Farrar up a touchdown.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. We have 2 guys deep on the kickoffs, and it was a line driver right between the 2 of them, and it bounced real hard and split the defense as it did as it would have on baseball, but I don't think it would have gone all the way to the end zone. I think he made the right choice on picking it up and at least getting it out to the 9.
All right, the Dutch had a nice drive that was thwarted by an interception, their last and only drive of this second half. Hardman wants to throw, rolls out to the right, fires, and there is a catch by Shetterly all the way up at the 29-yard line, so a 21-yard hookup, and C.J. Shetterly is having a game.
Yes, he is. So is Hardman, but that was a tough catch. He had to jump clear up in the air for that one.
Randy, in a different universe, that goes for a touchdown. The defender actually slipped, but Shetterly had to go up to make the catch, and that allowed the defender to recover, and then kind of CJ slipped coming down, and then they made the tackle.
But at least we got out of the shadow of the goalpost.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 from the 29, and it's a low snap, and Hardman, as he tries to hand it off to Fuller, it goes off Kenson's knee, recovered by Bondurant-Farrar, as Powers is Johnny on the spot.
Well, it's another one of those crooked snaps. It wasn't right in his breadbasket. He kind of had to reach down and to the right, and when he reached down, Fuller's knee actually knocked the ball loose. It was completely unintentional and just unfortunate, the timing of the snap and the crossing of the running back.
And Pella has had 2 possessions in the second half, and they have both ended in turnovers, one on the Hardman interception. And, this one's got to go on the center. That was a bad snap that Hardman was never able to really get any kind of control of. And then it went off of Fuller's knee and recovered by Bondurant-Farrar. And Now Titus Cram will try to salt this one away as he's back in the Wildcat again for a 1st and 10 at the Pella 31-yard line. Straight ahead run, bouncing it to the outside. Shetterly is there, and he just grabs his left arm and slings him down for a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, way to stay with it there, CJ, and make that tackle out in the open field.
And there has to be an injured player, I imagine.
Or a cramp or something. I don't see Cram anywhere, so it's probably
It
him.
is Cram. And he's got his right leg up in the air. So probably just a cramp. He gets the Gatorade bottle, and I'm not really sure why he's cramping, Randy. He's only carried it 29 times and caught 3 more balls for a total of 205 yards while playing every snap on defense. I mean, the kid can't handle a little 80-degree heat and 30 touches.
He's got the kickoffs not to worry about. What the heck does he need?
Just in case Bondurant-Farrar fans don't understand, that is sarcasm. I mean, probably the best player that we'll see on a field all year as Pella fans.
Yeah, Kingery's pretty good too.
You're right. Yep.
But yeah. Best running back, probably.
Well, he has to come out of the game for at least a play. They're going to stay Wildcat with Moore now. And the other back in the backfield is Cole Miller, but it's Moore on the direct snap and run, and he bounces off several tackles, and he's into the secondary and loose and in to the end zone. Caleb Moore, a 29-yard Bondurant-Farrar touchdown.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Turnovers have bitten Pella here in the second half. 2 Dutch turnovers have led to 2 Bondurant-Farrar touchdowns, and the Blue Jays have a 2-score lead.
He's having quite a night on the ground, isn't he? That puts him up around 100, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've got 8 carries, 98 yards in the tutty for Caleb Moore. Pella had a 14-7 lead late in the second quarter, and after the extra point by Fallsgraf, now Bondurant-Farrar has a 28-14 lead. 11 minutes to go in the ball game. We'll be back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
At Hy-Vee, we're home of the best beef in America. Our quality beef comes exclusively from cord-fed cows on family farms in the Midwest, and only about 6 out of 100 cattle meet our strict specifications. We want you to enjoy the best beef in America. So every Monday in September is Mega Meat Monday, where we'll give you 20 cents on your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver card for every $20 you spend on meat, deli, cheese, and seafood. Take advantage of Mega Meat Mondays every Monday in September at Hy-Vee, home of the best beef in America.
Pella Corporation values teamwork. That's why they proudly salute adults who coach and mentor area youngsters. By helping others, they're building character and building their leadership skills in the process. And they're helping area youth experience the importance of teamwork. So whether you're coaching kids on a team, chaperoning them on a trip, or encouraging them to pursue their musical, artistic, or athletic talents, we thank those who share their talents with area young people. The Pella Windows and Doors team thanks you for your role in helping area youth build lifelong skills, interests, and values.
Line drive kick by Bondurant-Farrar, taken by Pella at the 20, out across the 30 and to the 33-yard line as we welcome you back inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Delivery.com is the restaurant delivery service in Pella with great local restaurants like George's, Canaritos, Yamato, Liberty Street Kitchen, Windmill Cafe, and more. And you can have fresh food delivered right to your home or business for lunch or dinner, just like Danielle Fegans recently did. Danielle is tonight's fan of the game and has won a $10 gift certificate towards the next order. Try Delivery.com this week and then listen to our next broadcast to see if you're our fan of the game, presented by Delivery.com. Bo Bush back in the game at quarterback for Pella, and he zips one over the middle. It's a low sliding attempt by Shetterly at the 45-yard line that lands incomplete to bring up a 2nd down and 10. Bondurant-Farrar 28, Pella 14, 10:49 to go in the game.
It's pretty crowded out there, too. That was close to a completion, but there was a lot of defenders in the way out there. They pretty much figure we're going to pass now, no matter who's a quarterback, just to catch back up in the game.
Just 2 down linemen for the Blue Jays on 2nd and 10. They rush 4, throw to the near side for Van Houen, and he's wrapped up immediately at the 39-yard line for a 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, good throw, good catch.
They'll give him forward to the 40 for a 6-yard pickup. 3rd and 4, and I think we're already in 4-down territory here, Randy.
Yeah, I think we are too.
The way that Bondurant-Farrar can just chew up the clock with their offensive running game. 3rd and 4, snap to Bush, play action, looking to throw, fires, and it's intercepted by Cram at the 45, into Pella territory at the 40, has blockers at the 30, far sideline 25, and out of bounds inside the 20. Bondurant-Farrar has forced turnovers on 3 consecutive Pella drives, and they have a chance for a dagger.
Yeah, and we mentioned it coming out of halftime that, Pella was going to need to receive the turnovers to win this game, because that's what happened in the first half to keep it tied, and it's gone the exact opposite. And it's going to be pretty bleak here unless we can stop them somehow or get a turnover from them to get the ball back.
They will start this drive inside of the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone. Bondurant-Farrar leading Pella 28-14. 10 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter, and this one is quickly getting away from the Dutch. It's a little bit of deja vu from last week, and now we've got a snap. Moore remains the Wildcat running back, and before the snap, we have a flag and a false start on Bondurant-Farrar. But Randy, you saw a game that was 19-19 at intermission, and Indianola wins 33-19. Pella just not able to get much going after a good first half.
26-19 after the 3rd quarter, and we had the ball down there ready to score to tie, and we turned it over. So
I mean, it's kind of deja vu all over again, isn't it?
Kind of is.
I mean, in this one, we have the ball, with halfway through the 3rd quarter, inside the 15-yard line, and then throw a pick, and Bondurant-Farrar scores, and then a fumble, and Bondurant-Farrar scores, and now a pick, and Bondurant-Farrar has a 1st and 15 at the 23-yard line. Moore remains the Wildcat back. He fakes a handoff, runs straight ahead, and nice job of tackling by Hugan at the 20 for a 3-yard gain that puts Caleb Moore over the 100-yard mark. And we want to thank Brand Appeal for being a sponsor of Pella High and Pella Christian Athletics and our coverage here on 92.1 KRLS. For branding, print, web, video, or interactive, call Brand Appeal, relentless for you. Gage Gift comes off.
He's going to
be a tired dude. Wow.
Yeah.
2nd down and 11 for Bondurant-Farrar. They're back into the Raceway Tire and Exhaust red zone at the 20, and Cram is back in the game at Wildcat. Takes a snap, fakes right, runs left. Bouncing it left, getting around the edge left, breaking a tackle left, and finally drugged down at the 12-yard line by Hugan after an 8-yard pickup to set up 3rd and 3.
Well, here's our only hope now is that they either have a penalty or a turnover of some kind, because they're not very many yards from a 1st down inside the 10, so...
PCM has added a touchdown on a Stravers Cellular instant radio update, 42-0 over Iowa Falls Alden. Randy, remember those 1A and 2A schools tonight starting district play.
Right.
So Pella Christian starts district play 1-0. PCM will start district play 1-0. Pella starts district play next Friday night here at home for homecoming against Newton. 3rd and 3 for Bondurant-Farrar. They're 3 of 5 unofficially on 3rd downs in this game. Cram hands off to Moore. He's met at the line of scrimmage, fighting for yardage. He's got yardage, but he doesn't have 1st down yardage.
Oh, they did move the chain. He gave them the signal.
Wow.
Oh, no, they marked it 4th over there. This referee down here pointed 1st down, but he...
Okay.
4th and 1.
So we'll give Moore 2, and it'll bring up 4th down. Bondurant-Farrar leaves the offense on the field. They lead 28-14, under 8 minutes to go in this ball game. At the conclusion of our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show, stay tuned for the Mahaska Bottling Football Friday Night Radio Scoreboard Show. Nathan Sage will have highlights, scores, and reports from all of our games on the Mahaska Bottling Football Friday Night Radio Scoreboard Show. 4th and 1, Cram gets the handoff, and he's hit hard but gets the 1st down on a run down to the 7 for a pickup of 3.
Yeah, when he comes out of the Wildcat like that, he's got enough time to survey the O-line and figure out where the hole is, and then he's got the burst to get through it. So we had to gamble to try to get him in the backfield, and they got the 1st down.
On another Stravers Cellular instant radio update, Lewis Central has beaten Indianola 34-16. That game a little bit like this one. Indianola had a 16-14 lead in the third quarter, but a couple of turnovers led to Lewis Central touchdowns, and they pulled away for the 34-16 victory. It's also a final. PCM 42, Iowa Falls Alden 0. Here's Cram on a right side run out of the Wildcat, cutting it towards the corner and inside the front pylon and into the end zone. Touchdown, Bondurant-Farrar. Titus Cram, a 6-yard run.
So the fact that Lewis Central's 5-0, does that mean they're going to play 10 games, or do they have one team shy in their district?
Yeah, you're asking the wrong guy.
Because
I don't know who the right guy is.
I thought that was odd when they played a game, week 0 game.
Well, you can play 10 games. I mean, that.
Can you?
Yep.
Okay, well, that must be what they're doing then. They played Underwood, which is a 1A school, but they're a really good 1A school that was like a 24-20 game or something.
And the extra point is up and good, and Bondurant-Farrar has stretched its lead. Some of the Pella fans head into the exit as this game has gotten out of hand. 35-14. Blue Jays, 7:01 to go.
The year was 1997. Beanie Babies were popular, a gallon of gas was $1.22, and Light and Stay Bank joined the Pella community. To celebrate LSB's 25th anniversary in Pella, we are offering a 25-month CD at 2.5%. Light and Stay Bank, proudly part of the Pella community for 25 years. Member FDIC. Annual percent yield is 2.52% after as of August 25 and a subject change. 5 minimum balance, early withdrawal penalties may apply. Please may reduce earnings.
When you think fall decorating, think Vandenberg's Greenhouse in Albia. Inside or outside, no one can compare to the beautiful fall colors and selection you find at Vandenberg's Greenhouse. Mums of all sizes and colors, Indian corn, pumpkins and gourds, concrete lawn decorations and memorial plaques, along with metal yard art, hanging baskets and more. You should also do something special for yourself by checking out the new and greatly expanded gift ideas at Vandenberg's Greenhouse. 1405 Highway 5 in Albia, just 2 short miles south of La Villa. Vandenberg's Greenhouse, worth the short drive.
Another line drive kick by Bondurant-Farrar, fielded by Pella, and there goes Carson Leathers out near the 40-yard line. They'll say he's down at the 37. Welcome back inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. And Randy, I was waiting for it, and unfortunately, I waited too long. We have not had a raise the roof moment of the game here in the second half presented by Randall Roofing. So we look back to the first half and a 45-yard touchdown pass from Luke Hardman to C.J. Shetterly that gave Pella a 14-7 lead at the time as Kenson Fuller gets a handoff and he's taken down in the backfield for a 1-yard loss. Pella had a 14-7 lead. Bondurant-Farrar scored right before the half to tie it at 14, and after a scoreless third quarter, the Blue Jays have scored 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns to take a 35-14 lead. But that C.J. Shetterly touchdown, tonight's Raise the Roof moment of the game, brought to you by Randall Roofing. When the moment arises and it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. Second down and 11. Hardman takes the shotgun snap and looks to throw. Fires left. Catch is made by Van Houen, and he picks up 10 yards to bring up a 3rd and 1.
He's had a really good game tonight, Van Houen has.
I've got Trey at 7 catches for 69. CJ 7 for 155.
Hardman as well. I've got him unofficially 11 for 13.
And here's Luke on a quarterback keeper to pick up a couple of yards and a 1st down. We do have another Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update. 8:15 remaining in the game. Norwalk 42, DCG 28.
That's going to be a district bloodbath
over
there between Indianola, Norwalk, Carlisle, and Bondurant.
Yes. I mean, 4 playoff-worthy teams in that district in Class 4A.
Yep.
1st and 10, Pella. They trail 35-14. There's a blitz coming. There's a whistle. And this play is blown dead before it even gets started. In fact, while they sort that out, let's go run down the Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard. The finals that are in: Pella Christian over Van Buren 45-0. Lewis Central beat Indianola 34-16, and PCM over Iowa Falls Alden 42-0. Just mentioned Norwalk leading DCG in the 4th 42-28. Our last check was at halftime. Knoxville leading Fairfield 22-21. And our score with 5:32 remaining in the ball game is Bondurant-Farrar 35, Pella 14. It was a false start penalty on Pella, their 5th of the game for 42 yards, and a 1st and 15. Hardman out of the shotgun, takes the snap and wants to throw on a play action. Lobs it deep over the middle, and it's overthrown and incomplete. Trying to thread one into Shetterly with Cram playing deep safety. Incomplete pass.
Almost got it over their head in place, but would have had to have been an absolute perfect pass. Worth a shot at this point. One would think that if Bondurant would hold us here on downs, that they would just run the clock out, basically.
Okay, I've got an answer from our man Spencer Dirks, the host of the Jeremy Dingham and Concrete Football Friday Night Radio preview show, on your Lewis Central question.
Okay.
Here's a play action. Hardman will step up in the pocket, has a little bit of room as a flag comes flying in. Luke gets 4 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd and 11, or what's likely a holding penalty on Pella here. Okay, Spencer says he's pretty sure. He knows his stuff. So Lewis Central played the extra week 0 game because they weren't sure if Hoover, who's in their district, would have a team. But now that Hoover is fielding a team and they will play that game, that extra game will not count for Lewis Central.
Seriously.
So it's almost, turns into kind of a scrimmage, or however you'd want to say it.
So it doesn't count against Underwood then, because they're being shown as a one-loss team, and it's costing them in the rankings.
You're asking questions that I don't have the answer to.
I know. I'm just,
but yeah,
I'm not sure Spencer would either. But I mean, they started out as like number 2 in 1A, and now they got a loss on their record, so they're like number 5 or whatever. But geez Louise, they played Lewis Central.
Here's a 2nd and a mile after a holding penalty on Pella. Hardman is in trouble, and he's sacked. Luke Hardman taken down in the backfield by Dalton House.
Okay, now we need a 45-yard play.
Oh my. That was a 8-yard loss by Hardman.
Okay, a 38-yard play to get a first down.
Ball is at the 19, and they need the Bondurant-Farrar 42.
Might be a handoff to Fuller play and just keep the clock running.
3rd and 39. It's 35-14, Bondurant-Farrar. Snap to Hardman, fake to Fuller, run by Hardman around the near right side. And he takes a couple of big hits as he crosses the 20 out to the 23 for a 4-yard gain. Punt team will come on.
But like I said, at least the clock keeps running. They'll be down around 3.5 minutes when Bondurant starts their next drive. I'd be disappointed if they tried to score another touchdown.
End of the 3rd quarter on a Strawver Cellular Instant Radio update. Knoxville continuing to lead Fairfield 22-21. We have 3:53 remaining in this game, and Bondurant-Farrar has taken advantage of 3 second-half Pella turnovers, in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, to take a 3-touchdown lead. Good kick by Hardman. It'll take a Pella bounce and roll all the way inside the 30, down to the 29-yard line. That is a 47-yard punt with no return. But again, in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, the Dutch were driving for the lead in the 3rd quarter, tied at 14. A Luke Hardman interception led to a long drive and a Bondurant-Farrar touchdown. On the next Pella drive, a bad snap led to a fumble and another Bondurant-Farrar touchdown. And then on the next drive, Bo Bush was intercepted. That led to a Bondurant-Farrar touchdown. And it's 35-14 Blue Jays, in case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
Collison to throw to Cram, and he's forced out of bounds.
It's not Cram, is it? Because he went to the sidelines.
Oh, it's 5. Thank you, Randy. Not 6 Cram, but 5.
We got a holding call to back him up about 11 yards, but I suppose you got to work on things, but I'm not sure passing the ball is the sportsmanlike thing to do right here.
Boy, that was an in the backfield penalty, because the line of scrimmage was the 29. This is all the way back out of the 17. I guess a 12-yard penalty, not as much as I thought.
1st and 22.
Underwood is 4-0 after their win tonight, according to Varsity Bound.
Okay, so that loss did come
strike it
off.
from the record, says the judge.
Okay.
1st and long. Collison hands it off. Left side run by Moore, and he's out across the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Because that 1A field's got some really tough teams at the top, so Underwood's one of them.
I think DCG's in the same situation, by the way, because they're 1-3 in terms of games, but 0-3 officially. So they also had an extra game that's going to get wiped away.
Before tonight? You mean they were 1-3 before tonight?
Correct.
Okay.
But 0-3 officially.
Gotcha.
Are we sure?
They'll be 0-4.
I'm not even sure I got me.
If that's the case, they'll be 0-4.
Correct.
Because
Norwalk's up by 14 in the fourth quarter. Yep.
Right. So that's what I said earlier. They're kind of in the same situation Pella's in as far as tough non-district schedule.
We get a vision for less timeout called by Bondurant-Farrar with 2:38 to go in the game. Improving lives by helping people see better. If poor visibility is causing you to miss things, take a timeout, visit Vision for Less in Pella, and get back in the game. Bondurant-Farrar 35, Pella 14. We've got our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show coming up. We'll take a look at tonight's final stats presented by the Verduff Agency. We'll go in closing presented by Lighton State Bank. We'll have our McCall Monument Radio Monumental Play and Player of the Game. And we'll have a chat with Dutch head coach Jay McKinstry as part of our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show. We can talk about tonight's longest drive presented by Pella Technology Services. It was an 86-yard game opening touchdown drive by Bondurant-Farrar, capped off by a Titus Cram 6-yard run. They also had an 80-yard drive in this half after the interception of Hardman to give them a 21-14 lead. But that game-opening 86-yard drive for Bondurant-Farrar, tonight's longest drive, presented by Pella Technology Services. Here's a handoff for the Blue Jays and a run by Cole Miller. And he has first down yardage. Nice run for 18 yards out to the 41-yard line. Pella Technology Services lets you focus on your business, not IT issues. Tonight's longest drive presented by Pella Technology Services.
We have a lot of reserves out on the field. I don't think we're going to have time to name all the names, but a lot of guys getting some playing time here that certainly deserve it. Practice all the time hard.
And Bondurant-Farrar going slowly. Probably now as we get to the 2-minute mark, they'll be able to milk this clock even if they don't pick up another first down. Collison takes, actually they have a new quarterback in the game as well, but they hand it off to Miller all the same. And he stopped for no gain. Good tackling by the Dutch. We'll try to get as many of these names as we can.
Well, yeah, that was Jackson Van Clay on that tackle. Briggs is out there again. I see him. We've got Tyson Barnes playing. Brady Vanderheiden. Lake Cowman. The rest of the guys are turned sideways. I can't see their numbers.
Under 90 seconds to go in the game. 35-14 Bondurant-Farrar. The Blue Jays on their way to 4-0, while Pella will fall to 0-4. High snap. Handoff to Miller. Right side run. Swarmed again. Back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock, the Central College football team opens defense of its American Rivers Conference Championship. The 12th-ranked Dutch will host Loris, a third straight home game to start the 2022 season for Central. 12:35 for our Smash Park Radio pregame show. And Don DeWard will join me in the broadcast booth for a 1 o'clock kickoff at the Skip. You can listen live on 92.1 KRLS, the free KNIA KRLS app, or you can watch online at CentralDutchNetwork.com. Central and Loris tomorrow afternoon at 1.
7 home games this year, right?
6 home games, and we don't leave Pella until October.
Nice. You don't mind that, do you?
Love that. Third down, throw coming. Fires it, corner route, receiver open, makes the catch. First down, Bondurant-Farrar down to the 36-yard line. Landon Corey on the grab for 24 yards. Jordan Ryle, the quarterback, with the throw. We're down to 18 seconds. The Blue Jays don't have to run another play. Clock continues to run. They stop it at 13 seconds. Let's go. Wind it here, boys. Come on. I mean, the Blue Jays don't want to run another play. I'm not sure why the officials slowing this thing down here.
Right.
And now we get it going, and it's rolling, and we hit triple zeros. So Bondurant-Farrar scores 3 unanswered fourth-quarter touchdowns, and they defeat the Dutch by a final score of 35-14. We've got our Cabinet Design of Pella radio post-game show. A lot to get to here tonight, still on 92.1 KRLS.
Are you a Pella Cooperative Electric member? Grab your keys and head over to the co-op on Saturday, September 17, for our Member Appreciation Drive-Thru Barbecue. The Marion County Cattlemen will be grilling up top-notch hamburgers and hot dogs from locally sourced beef. Stop by anytime between 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. or until supplies last. We'll also be giving away bill credits on our Facebook page the week of the event, so watch our page for details. We'll see you on Saturday, September 17th. Owned by those we serve, we are Pella Cooperative Electric, your local co-op.
Configuring the Bluetooth, deciding who controls the music, remembering where you parked. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your vehicle doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like remembering if you're on the 3rd or 4th level of the parking garage. That's simple human sense.
Ask me, Lance Klein, at the Verduff Agency in Pella, if auto owners make sense for you.
Sprunk drives, kicks to Fancher, to Andringa, who's going to get it inside to Mulder, and Mulder with the slam! Tonight's Raise the Roof moment of the game, presented by Randall Roofing.
Randall Roofing is proud to sponsor the Raise the Roof moment of the game and support our local teams. When it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. Find us on Facebook or visit randallroofs.com. Thinking new roof? Think Randall Roofing.
Hi, this is Tim Tegernheis, owner of Culver's Restaurant here in Pella. Fall is one of my favorite times of the year. I love watching football and I love going to football games. Like many of you, I'm a huge fan of the Dutch, the Eagles, and the Central Dutch. If you're looking for a quick meal on your way to the game or a tasty treat when it's over, stop into Culver's in Pella. We'll make you a fresh, never frozen burger just how you want it, one of our famous concrete mixers, or any of our other great menu items. We're locally owned and involved in your community. Culver's Restaurant in Pella.
Welcome inside of the Cabinet Design of Pella radio post-game show on 92.1 KRLS. At Cabinet Design of Pella, they expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations. Call Mike Blom, the Cabinet Guy, at Cabinet Design of Pella. We do want to thank Randall Roofing for being the video sponsor on tonight's presentation on Pella Dutch Live on the Pella Dutch Live YouTube channel. We will keep the video rolling for post-game coverage here from Pella High School, presented by Randall Roofing. The final score, Bondurant-Farrar 35, Pella 14. Our score at the half was 14-14, and let's just get right into it with our McCall Monumental Radio play and player of the game. It's a no-brainer player of the game. Titus Cram, 32 carries, 201 yards, rushing, and 3 touchdowns. He also caught 3 passes for 21 yards and had 2 interceptions. But the play of the game was the interception by Fallsgraf in the end zone. Pella, in a 14-14 game, had a 2nd down and goal at the 11. Luke Hardman was trying to lob it into the end zone. It was just underthrown a little bit. Fallsgraf intercepted it. Bondurant-Farrar drove 80 yards for the go-ahead score. Pella turned it over twice more. Bondurant-Farrar took advantage of both of those with touchdowns to win at 35-14, but the tide turned on that interception by Fallsgraf in the end zone.
Yeah, it certainly did. The touchdown there by the Dutch obviously would have been huge. Who's to say that we would have held on with the win, but 7-point lead in the 4th quarter would have been gigantic.
Final score 35-14, so that interception by Reed Fallsgraf, and the big night from Titus Cram, tonight's McCall Monument Radio Monumental Play and Monumental Player of the game. When it's time to memorialize your loved one or pre-plan your own memorial, trust the area's leading monument designer and installer, McCall Monument, on Old Highway 163 West in Pella. Let's go through tonight's final stats presented by the Verduff Agency. And as we take a look at Pella, we have Kenson Fuller with 10 carries for 51 yards. Luke Hardman, 13 carries for 1 yard, and Bo Bush 1 carry for 3 yards. So the Dutch had 55 yards rushing. Bush throwing the football was 4 of 8 for 61 yards and 2 interceptions. Luke Hardman throwing the football was 11 of 14 for 176 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. So the passing game for Pella ended up with 237 yards, and on the night, Pella with 292 yards of total offense. C.J. Shetterly, 7 catches for 155 yards and a score. Trey Van Howen, 7 for 69 and a score. Shetterly is tonight's player of the game for Pella. On the Bondurant-Farrar side, we already mentioned Titus Cram and his 12 carries, 201 and 3 tutties. We had Caleb Moore with 11 carries for 109 yards and a touchdown, and Cole Miller had 3 carries for 18 yards. So that is 328 yards rushing. Colby Collison throwing the ball was 8 of 12 for 114 yards, and they also got a couple of completions, 1 on the fake punt and 1 late with the reserves in. The leading receiver was actually Cram, 3 catches for 21 yards, a total of 149 passing yards for the Blue Jays, which means 477 yards of total offense. So the total offense, tilts heavily in favor of Bondurant-Farrar, and it was those big second-half turnovers, 3 of them in total by Pella, that all led to Bondurant-Farrar points. Tonight's final stats have been presented by the Verduff Agency. Let Chad, Lance, or Larry examine your stats and then customize an insurance plan for you. The Verduff Agency, providing complete courteous service to the Pella area for nearly 100 years. We'll have Jay McKinstry coming up here in just a moment. Still get you a final check of our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. It's part of our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be back to Pella High Stadium right after this on 92.1 KRLS.
Above all, you want to create something you're proud of. At Precision Pulley & Idler, each employee receives countless hours of instruction. That's why Precision Pulley & Idler is not only proud, but understands the work our area students put in each year to make their own season a success. Precision Pulley & Idler encourages our area students to combine a strong work ethic and attitude to achieve their goals this season. Precision Pulley & Idler, we keep it moving.
Pella Cinemas proudly presents The Woman King, rated PG-13. It's a remarkable true story of the all-female unit of warriors who protected their African kingdom in the 1800s with skills and fierceness unlike anything the world has ever seen. Also showing at Pella Cinemas is the uplifting true story Gigi and Nate, rated PG-13, in which a curious and intelligent monkey named Gigi helps a quadriplegic find hope. And don't miss Kinnick, the documentary, an in-depth look into the story of Niall Kinnick. For a list of showtimes, visit Pella-Cinemas.com and enjoy a movie at Pella Cinemas.
Have you still not tried the restaurant delivery service right here in Pella, Delivery.com? They have more than a dozen local partners ready to bring hot and fresh food right to you, wherever you are. At home, at the office. Heck, they even deliver food to our broadcast crew right at the stadium. And the more I use Delivery.com, the more I love it. They send me coupons all the time for free delivery or a few bucks off my next meal. I've got to eat, but I don't want to cook. Delivery.com is the perfect solution. Try them out today. You'll get hooked just like I am. Delivery.com.
No one looks forward to having surgery, not even for their pets. It can be kind of a scary thing. This is Dr. Tim Yoder, the Tri-County veterinarian, and we strive to keep your pets safe and comfortable at all phases of the procedure. They'll receive preoperative blood work and anesthesia, warming, and electronic monitoring during the operation, plus post-operative pain management and supervised recovery. For elective surgeries or for that unexpected emergency, trust the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, where your pet's good health is our #1 concern.
They do take care of pets because they love them.
Hi, this is Tracy Gaffman with Two Rivers Cooperative. There are several places around town that you can go to get a new bottle of propane for your grill. But have you ever read the fine print? Most of those places only give you 15 pounds in your bottle. At Two Rivers, we always fill your tank to maximum capacity, which means you'll get as much as 20% more LP. And when your favorite steak is still cooking on the grill and the in-laws are waiting to eat, you'll really appreciate that extra 20%. Refill your tank at Two Rivers Co-op today.
If you're looking for the best burger around, look no further than Wood Iron Grill. Home of Iowa's Best Burger 2019, Wood Iron Grill serves delectably crafted cuisines and beverages with intentional service. Try their famous Iowa's Best Burger, their mouth-watering tenderloin, a chef's feature, or their unique spin on your comfort food favorites. At the Wood Iron Grill, they are deeply gratified by the opportunity to forge a legacy of inspiration, connection, and acceptance for all who enter. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Wood Iron Grill, making memories one plate at a time.
Welcome back inside of our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show on 92.1 KRLS. Our final score, Bondurant-Farrar defeats Pella 35-14. Let's run through our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. There are 2 games outstanding yet here tonight, but the finals, Bondurant-Farrar over Pella 35-14. Pella Christian 45-0 over Van Buren. They were up 35-0 at the end of the first quarter and then just coasted to a 45-zip win. Indianola led Lewis Central 16-14 in the third quarter, but much like this game, it kind of got out of hand. A couple of turnovers by Indianola, and Lewis Central wins 34-16, and PCM all over Iowa Falls Alden 42-0. The other games that are in progress, Norwalk leads DCG 42-28. That game is in the fourth quarter. And Knoxville continues to lead Fairfield 22-21 in the fourth quarter. It was a 22-21 game at halftime. Fairfield has missed 2 field goals in the second half, and Knoxville continues to lead 22-21. And that is the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. We are still awaiting Dutch head coach Jay McKinstry. Randy, as we talked a little bit off the air here during the commercial break, it certainly felt like in the middle of this third quarter like this was a winnable football game for Pella, but you've seen enough football games and you've seen enough sporting events to understand how things can turn on a dime and get away from a certain team, and it does not matter what sport we're talking about. But tonight it was turnovers that led to points, and the Blue Jays, who are a very good football team, took advantage.
Right. We've talked all along, we have a very skinny margin of error, and we were winning the turnover battle 2-1 in the first half, and when we lost 3 consecutive drives to turnovers, one was a long drive, but the next 2 were very quick. That just ended the game right there.
35-14 the final score. Jay McKinstry is on his way up. We'll chat with the old ball coach when we come back for more of our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show here on KRLS.
A fleet of drones for spot spraying my crops? It's a huge cost saver. So Bank Iowa said, let's make it happen.
An eco-friendly lawn care business that uses goats instead of mowers makes heads turn. But my business plan and numbers are solid. So Bank Iowa said, let's make it happen.
Planting 1,000 trees on our cattle farm to block the breeze? It makes for good neighbor relations, and my numbers were good. So Bank Iowa said, let's make it happen.
Bank Iowa, equal housing lender, member FDIC. All loans are subject to approval.
Gordon & Associates Ltd. has offices in Oskaloosa and Creston, and they serve clients throughout most of Iowa. With more than 70 years of service and a growing staff of highly qualified employees, they provide clients with assistance in water treatment and distribution, wastewater collection and treatment, street construction and renovation, stormwater management, and residential, commercial, and industrial developments, in addition to a variety of specialty projects. Today, Gordon & Associates Ltd. continues to grow and prosper, building upon the solid foundation of its predecessors. Give Gordon & Associates a call today at 641-672-2526.
Welcome back inside of our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show on 92.1 KRLS. It's our continuing coverage of Pella High football. The Dutch fall to Bondurant-Farrar 35-14 on Friday night. And we're joined now by Dutch head coach Jay McKinstry. This interview powered by Hy-Vee. Coach, a 14-14 game. We'll just kind of jump right into really the meat and potatoes of this game. It's a 14-14 game. You're driving to take the lead, and then 3 straight turnovers lead to 3 straight Bondurant-Farrar touchdowns, and you lose at 35-14. We've talked all year about how the margin for error maybe isn't real wide with this team, and that kind of reared its ugly head in the second half.
You're right, Trevor. I just want to say I was really proud of the way our kids played tonight. We raised our level of play again. They played with great passion, heart, and enthusiasm, and we found a new level again tonight. We really did, and it's, as I told the kids, it's like, we've played 4 games in a row of like quarterfinal football, and all the 4 teams we played are potentially that or more. And so we're learning how to play. And the last 2 games, I think we've really raised our level, and tonight was even better than last week. And so I just really appreciate the efforts they put forth tonight. And you're right, we're 14-14, and we drive the length of the field, and we get down there at the end of the beginning of the third quarter, our first drive, and you feel bad for the kids and the players trying to make plays, and the ball was just a little far inside, and Luke knows it had to be outside. It's just like, oh shoot, and give Bondurant credit, they were able to turn it, take advantage of that and go the distance and the length of the field, but the points there would have been really big, and that would have been important, and it was just hard to hang on. They kind of things fell off with those turnovers, like you said, and but I was just really proud of the way the kids kept playing all the way to the end, and I think, like I said, I think we found ways to get better tonight, but it's just hard. You're right, the margin of error is very thin. We got 2 turnovers from them, big ones, and we're just not able to. We just can't turn it over like that and take care of the football, but I thought we executed very well throughout the whole game, though. We did some really good things, and it's just trying to be consistent on some of those on those plays, just not making that big mistake.
I asked you a similar question in our pregame interview, but just about how, if it is challenging, you're 0-4, and again, 0-3 was uncharted territory. 0-4 is definitely uncharted territory. But we all know how difficult the schedule has been, and you're talking about how you continue to raise your level of play. Are we able to keep our guys fighting? And we'll talk about the district and all that a little bit later. But there's no reason to throw in the towel on this season. Still a lot to play for.
There's a lot to play for. I think our guys, it's tough. You want to get a win or two there. You really do. We put ourselves in a position in the last 2 games against 2 quality football teams, and you feel your heart goes out for those kids, and they, because they're laying it out there for us on the field. They're doing what we ask them to do, and they're playing with their hearts, and but that's really good to see, because I think that's the first game was that way. The second game it wasn't that way, but the last 2 games they're laying their heart out there, and they're finding out that it's going to it's going to hurt a little bit in these big level games like this. It's a little painful. They're going to get tired, but you got to learn to play through that and learn to play at that level if you want to play in those high games. But you're right. I think going into our district, I hope we can get healthy. I hope we came through tonight okay. If our guys will keep fighting, keep believing. I told them tonight there's a lot of football games to be won out there this year for this football team, because we have the ability to win those games. And I'm not saying that, and I think you believe that too. I'm not saying that just to make us feel good and keep us going. I really believe that. And they certainly are going to be challenging games, but I think we can win some a lot of football games coming up here in our district, but we're going to have to play really well, keep getting better, and kids guys can learn how to fight through that. There's a lot of things in life that are coming in their lives. So some already have experienced some great loss, and they have to fight through a lot of things so far in their life. We got some players that have gone through some really tough stuff, and more will come to the other players. So that's our job, to help them to learn to keep fighting, keep facing adversity, and just dive right into it and keep working hard, and hopefully some good things will happen. It's like the reality is that they're gonna to be great, we're gonna have to maybe go through a little of this hard stuff, and we're doing that right now. But hopefully it'll pay off in the process in the end and keep getting better.
How good is Titus Cram?
He's you can see he's really good. It's hard to he's sort of like you don't tackle him one-on-one. You got a guy in position there, but you can see his stiff arm is so powerful, and next thing you know, he's gaining 8 yards of play, and it's like, are you kidding me? How did he get 8 on that? Looked like we're in position, and so he certainly was a very good football player, and he's got a good group of guys up in front of him on their line, and he's got some other really good football players on that team, but he certainly can do some really good things, and he's really hard to bring down. You're right.
And one of the highlights tonight, I thought maybe a bit surprising, was the passing game, and with Luke leading the way. I mean, he really unleashed some stuff that I have not yet seen out of that young man.
Yeah, Luke played very well tonight. I think he threw the ball well. He got us down for our touchdowns, and it's just I thought he really stepped up and made some very good plays tonight, and I thought he played very well throwing the ball and made some good runs, and just I thought he made a big jump tonight, and it was good to see him play very well tonight and make some big plays on offense for us.
I thought one of the other positives, and you mentioned earlier, but forcing those 2 first-half turnovers that kept you in the game, and I thought you really forced him, getting in there, ripping after the football, and finding ways to take it away.
It was you're right. It was fun watching our guys do that, because they were actually working really hard to try and get the ball loose. I think every team does when we do them too, to try, turnover drills, to try and find ways, if you're the second, third man in there, try and get the ball out, rip it out, and do things like that. And I think it pays some dividends tonight, keeping them out of the end zone that one time and getting a fumble up here, while they were driving the other time too. And so yeah, that was good. For our defense to be able to make those plays, get those turnovers. That you can see the momentum it changes. It's certainly it's hard. It's hard for an offense to recover from that, but then for other put their defense on the field. If we were able to take, hopefully, advantage of some of those as far as at least keeping them out of the end zone and then, creating field position for ourselves.
And the other two guys I want to highlight are the two receivers that, really were on the receiving end of what Luke did, throwing the football, and Bo a little bit too. But, Trey Van Howen, 7 catches, 69 yards, and a great kind of takeaway catch for the first touchdown, and C.J. Shetterly 7 for $155 and a big score to give you a 14-7 lead. But pretty dynamic players out there on the edge for you guys.
They are. They kind of are two guys that are just they've invested a lot into this football program, and they're just playing their hearts out there tonight. And it's great to see them have games catching the football like that tonight on the receiver end, and they're playing their hearts out on defense too. And they're kind of two guys that have, like I said, have put a lot of time in, a lot of work in, and your heart goes out to them that we couldn't come through with a victory tonight, because I know that hurts them, and there's a lot of guys. But to see those two have really good football games tonight is important, because we're going to need that going down the road too. They're going to need to continue to be leaders like that and continue to lead the football team. You asked me earlier that how do we keep the guys going like that? Well, them two are going to be key factors in that, and I would expect nothing less from them too, because they've done a great job as far as keeping this football team going. When it's going through a little bit of adverse time here.
All right, 0-4, and you can't quite just throw it all the way out the window, because it still does matter, and even if you can do what you want to do, in the district to get into the playoffs, that'll affect seeding and all those kind of things. But it is a chance for a clean start next Friday, right? You get a homecoming game against Newton. I mean, maybe it gets a little bit easier. They're not a top 10 team like we've seen the rest of the year, but your twofold thoughts. One on just turning the page to district play, and then specifically Newton.
Yeah, like I said, I've said this before many times. I'm not a big fan of the 4 non-district games. I like at maximum 3. If 2 would be great, and you play districts. I'm not a big fan of this setup, but it is what it is. But, because you kind of use these games to prepare for your district. We only have 2. You can do that. When you have 4, you can say that, but it's hard. You're still you got 4 to play. It's almost half your season. And so, I've talked to our guys about that, but you're right. It's kind of a clean slate going into our district. I feel like, we've been prepared, I think. We've played top quality football teams. We know what it's going to take, that level of play that we're going to have to bring. And so, going into next week against Newton, Newton gets some players back next week. We know that, some very good quality football players that have not played in the first 4 games, and so we know that will be a little more challenging for us, playing them also. But at the same time, Newton's got a good football team. They've got great tradition. They've got some really good football players. So we cannot go into the mindset that it's going to be, we've played these 4 really tough teams. Now we got somebody not quite. No, we cannot absolutely do that. We've got to continue to play at a level that was higher than we played tonight. And because Newton's good enough to beat a lot of football teams this year, and in our district, and they can do some good things too. They have some very good athletes and some very, very good football players, and so we've got to have a mindset of this is a district championship game, because this is a big game coming here next week, homecoming, and first district game. So it's a big game for our kids, and we're needed to play very, very well to beat Newton.
Is it a must-win? I mean, knowing you have Xavier and Cedar Rapids, Washington, I mean, is this one we have to have next Friday?
Well, I don't know if it's a must-win, but it would be a big win. It's important. This is an important football game. You can look ahead, and things can still go okay, believe it or not, if you run the numbers and you look at everything that could happen. But it certainly is. It's your first district game, and against knowing who else is in our district. We need to play very well, and it'd be important for us to win this football game. It's not an end-all, be-all, but it certainly will be a big difference maker.
And as you alluded to, it is homecoming. What does that do for the next week as well?
Well, our kids get involved in that, and certainly we encourage them to be involved in homecoming. It's hard, I'm not sure it's any football coach's favorite week. It depends on who you're playing, but for our case, we're playing a really good football team, and you want to focus on the game. You can say all you want, but the kids are going to have to make the choices to do that and get themselves still ready to play a game amidst all the other activities going on. But it's a great week to celebrate your alumni, your school, and your community. So it's really kind of a neat thing. But you got to try and get your football players to buy in that the outcome of the game on Friday night is kind of important to homecoming. We really want to do a good job and to celebrate a victory as far as on homecoming night, and So hopefully our kids can play really well and be prepared throughout the week to get ready to play a great football game next Friday night.
All right, Coach, thanks so much for your time here this evening, and best of luck. Enjoy homecoming yourself next week, and best of luck with win number 1 against the Cardinals.
Oh, thanks, Trevor.
All right, that is Jay McKinstry. Our interview powered by Hy-Vee. Coach McKinstry of the Pella High football team. Final score on Friday night, Bondurant-Farrar 35 and Pella 14. We're going to take one final timeout, a 1-minute timeout here in our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show. We'll go in closing, presented by Light & State Bank, and wrap it up. The Mahaska Bottling Football Friday Night Radio Scoreboard Show right around the corner.
Your house is mostly the largest investment you'll make. Your home's roof is the biggest way to protect your investment. Worn shingles, roof damage from extreme heat, wind and rain, snow and ice, and of course hail can damage your roof and leave your home open to damage you may not see until it's too late. Let Mid-Iowa Painters and Construction evaluate the condition of your roof. If they find damage, they'll show you where the damage is, what caused it, and what it'll take to fix the damage and protect your home. Mid-Iowa Painters and Construction is a local Marion County business, so you can be confident they'll be here to stand behind their work. Call Mid-Iowa Painters and Construction today at 641-891-7079.
At Lely, we continue to provide the latest innovations for the dairy industry. Our robotic milking systems put more milk in the tank with less effort. Our robotic feeding systems provide optimal feed efficiency for a healthy and productive herd. And we have a line of innovative barn products that create an animal-friendly environment focused on the cow's well-being and comfort. Lely, a worldwide pioneer in dairy farm automation, with our North American headquarters right here in Pella, is proud to be a part of the community.
Welcome back inside of our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show here on 92.1 KRLS. Time now to go in closing, presented by Light & State Bank, as Pella falls to Bondurant-Farrar to close non-district play at 0-4. They will open district play next week against Newton. It's homecoming. Andrew Schneider, my man Randy Sickema with the call, 6:30 for the Smash Park radio pregame show, 7:30 for the opening kick. It'll be live on the KRLS 2 stream and Pella Dutch Live on YouTube next Friday night. And Randy, Jay McKinstry wouldn't quite go that far. I will. I believe you will agree with me. It's a must-win for the Dutch if they want if you want a chance at the playoffs, knowing that 0-4 is going to wreck your RPI. You've got to finish in the top 2 in this district. And with Xavier, a top 5 team still waiting, Cedar Rapids, Washington, who nipped us last year, has a lot of those kids back. Pella's got to win against Newton next Friday.
We would get some benefit theoretically in the RPI from who we've played. We got that last year. We went, what were we, 4? We were 4-5,
correct.
and we were 2/1000th of a point from getting into the playoffs.
But this year, if you don't finish second in your district and you go 3-2, now you're 3-6, and that probably isn't going to be enough.
Guess what I was going to get at? If we tie for second in our district with somebody that we didn't lose to. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We could theoretically.
Let's just win. We just got to start. I mean, 0-4, and I get it. Our schedule has been. We got to start winning some games here, or you don't even deserve to talk about playoffs, right?
Oh, yeah. Playoffs.
Right. Let's win a game. Win a game.
Yeah, that would be the key, and it would just make it more fun. And it's homecoming, so it's not going to be easy. Newton's good, and. They're not as good as the 4 we've just played.
And that's the point. When I hope people don't take what I just said as a knock on our team. We've played 4 very good teams, and I've seen with my own eyes from Norwalk to tonight, the 2 games that I've seen, big improvements, right? And we had a chance in the third quarter that we were very much in this game. But when it's all said and done, none of that matters. I mean, whoever it is, your record, we are who they thought they were, or whatever. Right. Denny, we're 0-4, and that's what matters. And next week we got to make it 1-4.
Yeah, we do. We have to win next week. I'll go with you on that one. We won't tell Coach and the kids that necessarily.
And I think they know that deep down inside too. And Coach Mack, he almost went there, but stopped quite short of must win. And it's an important win, and we'd like to get a win. I will give the must win, and I think it is a very winnable game for the Dutch.
True, I would agree with that. Yeah, it's not a sure thing, knock the door down thing. It's we're gonna have to play like we played tonight and like we played last week to have a chance to win.
Your final thoughts on this one, Randy, and getting ready to try to take down the Cardinals next Friday?
Well, just like Indianola last week, 3 quarters of really good football. We played it. It'll be interesting to see who wins and who gets second, third, and fourth in this district that Bondurant's in. I think Indianola's the better team, but Bondurant's really good. I mean, obviously. So I don't know what the best team is that we've played so far. But
and last year those teams kind of jumbled it all to, with Carlisle in the mix, it's like nobody went through undefeated in the district. Everybody got somebody else somewhere along the line.
Right. So I guess to answer your question, I mean, we've played really good teams. We've played better. We didn't play better in week 2 than we did in week 1, which is highly unusual for this program. Usually week 2 was a big leap. But 3 was a leap, and 4 tonight was just as good, if not better, than last week. Now, we had a couple turnovers there at the end that cost us the game. But, I don't know. I think we're a good team. I think we can, like you said, it's winnable next week. We're a good team. We're not a bad team. We might be the best 0-4 team in the state of Iowa, but it's hard to say because there's some other DCG's 0-4. So,
right.
I mean, there's others. But yeah, we need to win next week. We need to play well. If we play well and get beat, then that's the way it is. Yep. That's life, just like Jay says. He teaches life to these young men, and that's the way life is. So we just got to play well and see what happens.
In Closing has been presented by Lighton State Bank. Grow strong with us. Randy, I've enjoyed it. You and I will be together at Oskaloosa in 3 weeks. Enjoy your weekend, my friend.
Might be a little cooler by then. Who knows?
I suspect it will be, yes. Yeah. All right, he's Randy Sikkema. I'm Trevor Castle. Thanks for listening to our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show at Cabinet Design of Pella. They expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations. Call Mike Blom, the cabinet guy, at Cabinet Design of Pella. Final score, Bondurant-Farrar 35, Pella 14. Thanks for listening to Pella High Football on the one to count on for today's local sports coverage and the home of the Dutch, 92.1 KRLS.